Good morning, everyone. World Combat Sports this Sunday morning. Please give me a little bit of time just to collect myself. Now there's something about this morning that's so special to me that went down last night. But first, let me congratulate the team. Congratulations, Team Teofimo Lopez. The takeover, Operation Takeover, was a success. To start your journey up the ladder, to build your legacy to greatness. Congratulations. Job well done, mission accomplished. Now, for those of you that's tuned in this morning in the live chat, I want to first of all say good morning by recognizing your name. Alexander, the boxing queen, Denise Ward, Thomas Moreland, Ace Boogie from the UK. Everyone else that's dropping in through the building, just do me a favor and hit that thumbs up. This is a special moment in boxing history. A very, very special moment. Now, I just want to take a little bit of time to address all the individuals, the naysayers that has disappeared, that just don't want to come forward this morning because you was betting on the safe one in Lomachenko. You thought the Matrix was all you needed to sit up here and lose that money. Now bring it all back around. If you have a neighbor next to you, grab their hand and hold it tight. Stand up and testify. Repent, for your soul shall be cleansed too. And I say, don't feel blue this morning. Now talk to me. Now don't you feel blue this morning? And that's all I want you to understand, that the best wasn't personnel. But when you run off with 500, you'll soon be found. I say once again, a lot of people are feeling blue this morning because they was hoping that Lomachenko pull it off. He had the wrong, I said, he had the wrong, I said, he had the wrong game plan, baby. And I said once more, how can you give up the first 5 rounds? And this wasn't the tortoise and the hare, and this absolutely, we're not going there. Were you thinking this was a marathon and a 12-round fight? But he soon found out he and his team was wrong that night. Absolutely. But it's up to me in World Combat Sports just to give you a little bit of time this morning to cleanse your heart and soul, to get your spirit back up. Because boxing is still here to stay, and we have a unified, undisputed lightweight champion in Teofimo Lopez. Now, let's all put our hands up in the air as we close this out. Put your hands up in the air. Just wave them lightly side to side. Close your eyes. Bow your heads. Father God, we come to you in prayer this morning for those who may feel just a little bit blue this morning because they chose to go with the safe bet. They said because of Nakatani, Teofimo Lopez wasn't ready for this stage yesterday. But you made that perfectly clear. When your hands are on anything in life, blessings will be upon us. And now, these individuals, sad, blue, and feeling down. Let's go ahead and close this out. I ask that you touch their hearts this morning, Father God, and just, allow them to be at peace with themselves, that we have a unified lightweight champion from Honduras, IBF, WBC, WBA, WBO. The list goes on and on. And I appreciate you 100%, Father God, for everything that you have done. And that will close out this morning. I just wanted to give a short prayer for those individuals who might be on the road in the emergency lane with the windows up, listening to the blues crying because they lost part of their mortgage. They lost part of their car payment. They lost some jewelry that they were still financing out the pawn shop. They're just not in the best of mood this morning. And I say like this, it's gonna be all right. And I tell you, it's gonna be all right. And just hold your hand in a fist and pray to the Most High. Don't you dare find a closet to cry in. It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right. Blessings to all. And good day. And one hell of a night. What is good, everybody? It's on and popping. This is absolutely, listen, this is the post-fight takeover. World Combat Sports in the building. Salute to everybody that's in the chat. Dion Washington showed up in the building. Hey, just a little short Sunday service for those individuals who are absolutely upset, agitated. They are feeling some type of way because they just couldn't go for my man Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to go with the safe bet in Vasiliy Lomachenko. People, you can't do that. You have to understand when the torch is being passed. You have to understand that in boxing, this is always going to happen, people. This is always going to happen. Good morning, everyone, and appreciate you stopping through on this Sunday, even though we're in a pandemic and church, some of the churches are in the parking lot and everything. Appreciate everybody, that pulled up. SB 90 in the building. What a fight. Lopez outclassed the veteran boxer last night. Lopez showed patience. Lopez showed patience. Power overcame adversity in those late rounds. My boy Lopez overcame adversity in the late rounds. Facts. Absolutely. The niece Ward said you better sing it. Hey, man, I just like to put that Sunday spirit out there in the souls of these sad ones, these sad, disappointed Lomachenko fans. You know what I'm saying? It was absolutely a joy. Kano Loco Sports What's good, man? Salute to you. Dion Washington say that boy Lomachenko wasn't ish. Hey, man. Lomachenko, he put up in the later rounds, he did okay to me. Like, it wasn't the tortoise in the hare. That's the vibe I got from Lomachenko. I get that vibe from Lomachenko that he thought this was a marathon. You had 12 rounds, Lomachenko. He literally, I don't want to hear, I don't want to hear ish about Nakatani anymore. I don't want to hear nothing about it. I don't want to hear anything about these voices out here that's comparing one fighter to one other fight. It's temporary type talk. It's casual talk. They wanted to compare Lopez to Nakatani, and he went in there and damn near won the first half of the fight. Lomachenko wasn't doing that. Freaking Teofimo Lopez stayed inside, right outside, in the square with Lomachenko. Did you see the movement? Did you see the movement? Lomachenko, a southpaw. Did you see the movement and the pivots? He was on point. Teofimo Lopez was on point with it. People have to give this man credit for having a superb game plan, but we have to basically put an X when it comes to Lomachenko and giving away the first half of the fight and saying, you know what, we're going to freaking stall him out and break him down in the second half of the fight. It was a bad move because I don't think Lomachenko believed he had enough in the gas tank to go full speed from the first round all the way to the 12th round with Teofimo Lopez. I don't think he had enough in the tank, man. I don't think he was confident. The team was confident to get in Teofimo's space early on when Teo is his most strongest. They respected Teo more than I thought he would. Come on, you high tech Lomachenko, man. Why did you give him so much respect? Great win for Teo. Absolutely. Absolutely. Great win for my boy Teo. Absolutely. Dion didn't show Lomo no love this morning. Ace Boogie say, what's next for Lomo? Back to 130. Say one more again. Back to 130 Lomo goes. All the people that was hoping that Lomachenko will win, you know what I'm saying? So he can have his gander and making decisions and do what the hell he wants at 35. No. That ain't the case, man. I'm grinning from ear to ear. Hey, listen, that individual, I need for you to answer your phone. You need to come off that nickel. I don't know what's going on, but you owe me $500. You need to come off that, man. Stop playing around. Answer your phone. Everybody else done paid up. I know a lot of people are hurt. Lomachenko was the easy bet, but listen, answer your phone, man. Don't act like that. I know I give you this weekend to go out there, search and rescue, and try to get it. You know what I'm saying? But don't do that, man. It's not cool. Ace Boogie, man, T.O.'s a monster. Sports Talk. T. Jordan in the building. What's good? Now, I'm glad to see T. Jordan back in the building because, even though I am considered the elder class in life, T. Jordan was a Lomachenko fan. He was supporting Lomachenko. Just please, by all means, let me know what you thought about the fight. And blessings upon blessings to you this Sunday that you get through the recovery period. You know what I'm saying, of this loss. I'm sorry for your loss. Okay. I'm sorry for your loss. No, I'm not sorry for your loss. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sorry for your loss. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not sorry for it, man. It was just too much going on yesterday. It was just too much going on that I appreciate it. I'm going to be throwing some pictures up here periodically just to show you some clips of the fight. And of course, for those individuals who choose to step on deck this morning, it's not going to be disrespect. You know what I'm saying? It's none of that needs to happen over here at WCS. But check this out. I'm all about welcoming the new supporters, old supporters, regardless of who you are, man. Come on here and talk about this fight. Talk about the talk about the recap, the aftermath, the post-fight summation, the summary, all that shit you want to talk about. Leroy in the building, the takeover. Yeah. Yeah. Big Dan. Hey, salute. Big Dan was staying heavy on his bet yesterday. Salute to you, bro. Appreciate you, kicking it with World Combat Sports, man, among others yesterday that passed through. But yeah, I'm over here at the beach smoking. Yeah, man. I feel you, dog. Kano Local Sports in the building. Super Sunday, the one and only Kano Local Sports in the house. What's good?
Man, it was a lovely night of boxing, man. But first off, man, let me get off a little bit here, man. I got a problem with people that don't watch a video thoroughly. I made my post-fight reaction, and I'm getting comments in the comment section. I'm thinking, I addressed that in the video. Like, did you not hear it? Like,
so what they complain about that, Kano?
Oh, because they're saying, what was it? Let me look at it real quick, man, because, man, it was just kind of got out of hand, like.
Because there's going to be a lot of people that's complaining about, your video, or, if you was going for Teofimo Lopez, they still a little bit angry, agitated. You know what I'm saying? They're not in the best of mood this morning,
I mean, they're saying they saw the fight, a draw, or this or that. I'm like, man, listen, man. Oh, they said give the man his credit. I'm like, hold up. What do you mean give the man his credit? Did you not see that I picked Teofimo to win this fight to begin with? What are you talking about? I predicted him to win.
So they saying you wasn't giving Teofimo his credit?
Yeah. I'm like, huh? Listen, man, I'm going to tell you what it is, World Combat. The problem with a lot of people that watch the sport is they're not a fan of the sport. They're a fan of the boxer.
There you go. It can't be said any better. It cannot be said. They're not a fan of the sport. They're a fan of the boxer.
Hey. That's it. And it's going to blind them every time, man. Listen, man, I actually picked Teofimo. I thought he would knock him out. Did I know that he could box? Yes, I've said this on videos before. I've said it and people laughed at me. I said, look, the dude has boxing skills. He's got good ring IQ, and he's sharp and fast. The reason that I picked Teofimo by KO is because I didn't expect that if he boxed him, which I thought he could outbox him, but I thought if he chose that route, it would be bad because I thought that he would have got robbed by decision. You understand what I'm saying? There's a big difference.
Yeah.
So I was saying, man, no way, man. He's got to knock this dude out because there's just no way he could win all 12 rounds and they're not going to give him the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Kono, tell me your thought process, man, when the first 5 rounds went by and Lomachenko was inactive. He wasn't letting his hands go. And, you being a part of the sport, well, you like, okay, this is somewhat like the tortoise and the hare. Lomachenko believes that he's going to be able to run over Teofimo Lopez in the second half of the fight and sprint to the finish line. And it wasn't as easy as he planned it out to be. I think they underestimated Teofimo's cardio off the Nakatani fight, man.
I don't think it was that. Teofimo, man, his team came up with a great game plan. I really didn't see, I'm going to be honest with you, and I was watching it as unbiased as possible. I didn't see Lomachenko do nothing the first 7 rounds, much less 5. So,
well, he started just a little bit. That just turn over the cylinders on the 6th round, man.
But it wasn't winning him the rounds, though.
No, exactly. You're right. It wasn't winning him the rounds. That's right. But
Teofimo put his foot on the outside. Teofimo put his foot on the outside, gave him a different angle. These are keys that I've been telling folks, man. If somebody with ring IQ and that could put this game plan in there, it's going to be easy because Lomachenko's not going to have them angles no more to move around and spin off. And the reason he wouldn't go to his right is because he was staying away from the left hook. I mean, this is stuff that I study when I'm watching the fight. I'm like, oh, yeah, he's not going to go that way. The whole night he's not going to go that way. He is not trying to get with that left hit with the left hook. He'd rather take the right. You know what I'm saying? So, bruh, it's just a lovely game plan. I think Teofimo might have got a little exhausted on a couple of the rounds, and maybe that's where that's where Lomachenko came back. But I loved what I saw in the 12th round because he bit down on that mouthpiece and said, "Let's get it. This my shit. I'm gonna say it like that," and took it.
Hey, I agree, man. I have even more respect for Teofimo Lopez because he started the fight, and if I'm reading you right, I thought, real talk, the first 5 rounds, I felt that Teofimo kept very respectable space with Lomachenko. He didn't give him too much respect, just on the outside, sweeping the outside, playing it safe, not willing to engage. He was putting that jab out to Lomachenko's body early. You know what I'm saying? You know, he was doing what he needed to, but we just didn't get the reaction. I don't think I ever seen Lomachenko come out the box like that and be so hesitant to engage with any fight on his resume, man. I don't think I seen that.
But that was because of the game plan that was implemented, man. Now the next subject, I'm glad Justin in the chat brought that up. I also said on my post fight that I don't agree. He's not undisputed. You still have a Devin Haney with the WBC belt. That does not get erased from history.
Correct.
You got a man with a WBC belt there. So you can't say that this is undisputed. Look, mad props to Teofimo Lopez. He did what he had to do inside the ring. I'm not mad at him for going to Lomachenko first before Devin Haney, because obviously now beating Lomachenko, you become the A side now. You're the superstar now. You know what I'm saying? So now you get to call the shots and stuff. But I won't be mad at him if he goes up to 140 to face the winner, Ramirez and Taylor, because then he will be undisputed at a different weight class. And that to me is legacy as well. But let's not confuse that with me saying he's undisputed at 135. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna agree with that with Devin Haney with a real WBC belt on his lap. You can't call it like that. You got to be fair across the board.
Yo, you got to be fair, and you have to understand as a hardcore boxing fans, it's only fair. It's only, within integrity that you say that the WBC belt is still lingering out there in ownership of Devin Haney, period. But right now, the language per, all the belts that you've seen last night, they're going to put it in the scripture, in the boxing annals, that freaking Teofimo Lopez is undisputed after defeating Lomachenko. But I totally get what you're saying. I'm on board with that. We're on the same sheet of music. But I just felt like,
listen,
I never seen Lomachenko come out as gun shy as he was. I'm not saying he didn't have him out the holster. I'm saying he was very gun shy the first half of the fight. And then when he attempted to turn it on, it was one moment where he tried to do that pivot, and usually his opponent, he's able to be right next to them when he lands his next shot. But once he pivoted on that lead foot, Teofimo pivot with him. It's just like they pivot at the same time, and they was in the same position but opposite sides. And I was like, damn,
boxing.
I was like, damn, that shit is cool right there,
Yeah, that's definitely championship boxing, man. I don't know, man. I don't know where Loma goes from here, man. Because to be honest with you,
130
to get his ass beat there, because Shakur Stevenson to me has a higher IQ. No disrespect to Teofimo, like I said, I give him his props, but bro, Shakur Stevenson is not. That's not no joke. That's a problem at 130.
Yeah, Shakur Stevenson needs to be recognized too.
Yeah, I do not see Lomachenko doing nothing with Shakur, nothing at all.
Leroy said they're gonna make excuses. Loma was small. Loma got robbed. Yeah. Hey, it's already out there, Leroy. They're already making excuses, trying to sit up here. I think Devin Haney put out a post talking about Loma look small. I'm like, you can't say Loma look all small now. I mean, 1 minute he's one of the best ever in the sport of boxing, top pound for pound. And then, he goes in there against Teofimo Lopez, who people saying he looked depressed before the fight, but yet he went in there and performed amazingly. The game plan that they had. Shout out to Lopez Sr. I'm pretty sure he's going to be all over social media in a minute. Give him a week while they, complete their celebration. But they had a damn good game plan, man.
I mean, Lomachenko had a couple of good rounds later in the fight, but come on, folks, this is championship boxing. You're not going to whitewash the whole every round against a championship fighter.
True words.
He did what he had to do, and listen, man. like I said, the first 7 rounds, I ain't see Lomachenko do nothing. Matter of fact, the first 5 rounds, I think, was the lowest output ever in the history of Lomachenko fighting.
Correct.
So
that's true, man.
You know, the first 7 rounds, I didn't say. So now he's already got, to me, in my opinion, has 7 rounds in the bank already. Now Lomachenko needs a damn knockout to win this fight. At that point, to me, you know what I'm saying? And he might have got a couple of maybe 2 or 3 rounds in between there from 7 on there. But what happened in the 12th round? He bit down on his mouthpiece, took the 12th round, championship round, and what champions do is win that championship round, and that's what Teofimo Lopez did.
Gordo got it done, man. Look, I gave Lomachenko maybe 1 round out of the first 7. You know what I'm saying? Give or take. I gave him 1 round, but I felt that the lead that Teofimo took early in the fight, man, was going to pay dividends, because now Lomachenko is playing catch up. Lomachenko is playing catch up with a young 23-year-old hungry line. And look, Teofimo was focused in there, man. I like the energy that he was giving. Even when Lomachenko started to turn on the gas a little bit, he still stayed composed and, like you said, bit down on the mouthpiece on the championship rounds, man, and closed it out.
Yeah, definitely, man. Leroy says, hell nah, Loma TKO Shakur tonight. I don't see it. I don't see it.
Loma TKO. I'm not sure why y'all say TKO Shakur in 9 rounds so easy. Shakur Stevens is a problem, man.
I don't see it.
If y'all never seen that kid boxing, man, look, Shakur Stevens is a problem, man. Real talk. Denise said, well said, Kano. Lawrence William in the building. What's good? Deontay Loma was not getting knocked. He was gunshot as F. Hell no, Lomachenko Shakur. What'd you say? Oh God, for the Kano.
Leroy talking about Berlanga fights old taxi car drivers without knowing anything about what goes on in the background. My God.
Hey, Bellows was not a taxi cab driver there, Leroy. Look, Bellows was not a taxi cab. The man has never been stopped, let alone closed down in the first round. He was hurt bad. Man, the dude might have not hit the canvas like that, but Bellows was hurt bad, man.
Man, I don't know, man. I'm tired of talking about the Berlanga. That's another kid right there. That's another kid right there that I know since he was a little kid, and I know he can box. And people are gonna say the same thing that they said about Teo. Ain't no way Berlanga gonna outbox such and such. They don't understand he's got good ring IQ and great boxing skills, and they also don't understand how many offers he's thrown out there to some major names, and they wouldn't sign to fight him. So when you're talking about the level of opposition, why don't you talk on the other side and tell them to sign to fight Edgar, the chosen one, Berlanga, instead of trying to blame it on Berlanga, who is trying to get these fights, who is calling all these fighters out, like the Benavidez is, like the Canelos. Step to the plate then. Sign.
It's that simple. In on a Sunday, man.
It's just that simple, man. They think that fighters don't, want to, that they're not willing to step up to the plate for these big fights. Are you kidding me? This new generation right here, they don't care about none of that. They want all the smoke. And trust me when I tell you, Berlanga wants all the smoke. He is waiting for somebody to sign. And Abraham Supernova texted me, man. Damn it, shit.
Hey, I want to address something Leroy said. Check this out, Leroy. He say he was old. Check this out, Leroy. How can Bellows be old and Lomachenko is 32, 33, right? And then check this out. Check this out. Bellows started boxing in 2012, right? So he's only been in the sport, 8 years, so to speak? He hasn't been in the sport extensive amount of time. So you can't say, okay, you have some other fighters out there that's in their 30s, but they're not old, but all of a sudden Bellows is old compared to Berlanga. That's not the excuse you can use in this case. The man has never been stopped. And he was a well-qualified competitive opponent, and Berlanga's just shut him down. Berlanga shut him down after he said he wanted to put in rounds. He tried to put in rounds. The dude wasn't ready, man.
And man, I talked to a few people from the Mayweather gym, like the Dennis Douglins of the world, Dylan Parsley, David Flat Sparks, I can go on and name you a bunch of names, man, but you know, that's neither here nor there. On that group chat that we was having last night, they were absolutely shocked that Bellows got destroyed like that. That's their boy. They were shocked. So I don't know, man. You have to. I think what the problem with boxing is that the only thing a lot of folks watch are the main events. If they follow boxing completely from prospects on up, they would know about these fighters and they would know that that wasn't an easy fight. He made it look easy, but it wasn't.
And that's the point of where we at, Kano. Some of these fighters are making tough opposition look easy. And people are then looking at the opposition that they defeated, right, as being nobodies. But they are somebodies. They competitive fighters. They still have Wall Street to their
Leroy, pull up his box rec, because you are definitely wrong on that. Bellows did have more than 10 fights.
Yeah, he did. He did. He had like 20 wins.
23 to be exact, I believe.
Edgar, not even 10 fights for Bellows. What?
Yeah.
Leroy. No, he had more experience than Berlanga.
Dismiss that, man.
He had more experience than Berlanga, man. Berlanga improved to 15-0, 15 knockouts. If you want to talk about who didn't have 20 fights, I mean, that many fights. He had 14 wins and 14 knockouts, and then when he stopped Bellows, that shit was up on BoxRec within 2 minutes, man. That shit was up on BoxRec easy.
Bellows was 20-5 with 3 draws and 13 knockouts going into that fight. Never been stopped. And the ones he did lose were close split decisions that could have went either way. Man, please look at your boxing before you speak. 10 fights. And I appreciate you, Denise Wards. I appreciate the subscription. But yeah, man, see, this is what I'm talking about. You got to watch more than the main events. You have to watch boxing. This is what I like about the pandemic, though, Scotty, that ESPN has thrown a lot of fights that may have not been fancy for everybody, but they got opportunities to see a lot of these prospects like Jahai Tucker and, you know, Elvis Rodriguez, like from, you know, fights before and stuff. You're starting to get to see these prospects as they're coming up. So then when you see them facing adversity or get into one of these fights, like, now you already have knowledge of this fighter instead of being, who is this?
Yeah.
You know, you'll enjoy the boxing a lot better if you did that.
Hey, Leroy, it's all good, man. You know, we just say, you know, just check the info. The resources are out there. That's all. It's nothing personal. But yeah, you know, he had damn 28 professional fights, man. Like, he had the experience. And shout out to, you know, Jahai Tucker, who went in there, second professional fight. Man, he was much more active than his first fight. And you could tell he was in the gym since that first fight too. He might have had a little bit of more, adrenaline dump his first professional fight, but this second fight, he looked much more poised. His punches was down the center a lot more, and he was using his head movement.
Hey, man, drop that link for Justin. Justin says he wants to join us, man. And shout out to Christine. That's my homegirl, man. I was smiling from ear to ear when you had her on yesterday, man. You know.
Yeah, man. You know what it is, Christine. I mad love Christine, hard worker, a woman behind the scenes that really, you know, like you said, a cut woman, trainer. She's working with the USA boxing team. Man, mad respect for her. You know, has her own gym in Texas, right? She has her own gym over there in Texas, right?
Definitely. During the pandemic, she almost lost it. I don't know if she told you that or not. She was real close to losing that gym, and thank goodness, man. There was a lot of people helping with, you know, there were minor donations and stuff, but it was able to keep it afloat for now. And I think she's in a good space right now. I'm pretty sure that she's probably still probably gonna be needing some assistance to make sure she gets caught up, but she almost lost that gym. I'm glad she hasn't, though.
I didn't know that, man.
Great lady, man. Yeah, she got one of my DV tracksuits and everything. One of my custom tracksuits.
Yeah, I heard you tell me that. You know, I was like, I was wondering what she was gonna wear it, although she heard you or whatever.
No. I told you that on the chat, man. That was like, I don't think she heard that. She was still asleep. Remember, she woke up like kind of late and then jumped on your stream and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Leroy, you say 35 years old, man. Why do y'all do that, Leroy? You say he's 35, the man 34. It don't make a difference, man. Look, Vasiliy Lomachenko is like 33, right? 32, 33. The dude hasn't been boxing that long, but yet, like we said, he hasn't been stopping. He's a worthy opponent for Berlanga. Berlanga is just a beast, man. Dude's a beast right now.
Look, man, I've seen this before in boxing, man. They're not gonna give this guy credit until he beats one of these great fighters that they got on a high pedestal. You know, I don't, but I mean, you know, that these kind of people have on a high pedestal. When they see them get destroyed, they're like, oh, well, shit.
Hey, I just dropped the link there, Justin. You know, on the Facebook side of the house. Hey, I want to go back up. Josue Vargas, man. God damn. Vargas looked tight last night, man. I ain't gonna lie. He didn't take a lot of punishment. Man, I like what I seen from Vargas, man. I know his dad felt a bit better about that performance too against Castaneda. What you thought, man?
Look, I'm just happy he got the win. Puerto Rican brother. Happy he got the win. But man, he had a lot of flaws in that fight, bro. A lot of flaws. I gotta be honest about that, man. He kept his head too high, was leaning in, was always open for that right, man. Had Castaneda been able to let his hands go more, he could have did a lot of damage, man. He recognized that though.
Looked the worse for wear in the fight. I think his defense was better and his combinations too, man. And when he was, you know, when he wanted to step in and do, you know, let his hands with a 1-2 combinations, I think he was much more accurate than getting, you know, countered a lot. Because what was it his last fight? He looked bad, I think, his last fight.
Who, Josue?
The fight, his last fight or the fight before that, man, he was swelled up pretty good. He was getting tagged. And I was like, damn, Vargas need to work on his defense, man.
That was probably 2 or 3 fights ago, because the last fight he looked, you know, sharper to me than he did last night, honestly. But you know what, man? On the post-fight interview, he acknowledged it.
Yeah.
Anytime they acknowledge something like that and they realize it, I'm good with it, man, because as long as he knew the mistakes he committed in the ring, that means he's got his head on right and he can go back to the gym and fix them issues, man. So the next fight that he has, he can look better and not be available to be hit by that right hand like he did last night. And I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to stay because I gotta go pick up, you know, Shorty in a little bit, but I had to jump on, man, for at least a little bit.
Hey, I hear you, bro. Hey, Justin, I dropped the link. Where you at? I dropped the link on the Facebook side and the YouTube side, man. I dropped the link. I mean, it doesn't take forever to click on the link. Leroy say Edgar was the hungry lion, like TO 6'1" versus 5'9".
But yeah,
Edgar and Teofimo Lopez, they both hungry. You don't see it? I just dropped it over there, man. I'll drop it again, you know.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, man, it's a great performance, man. And I've been saying this for the longest, man. I'm not, look, Lomachenko's a good boxer, man. I'm not going to take his talents away. Man, look, me and Abraham Supernova, and by the way, Supernova fights in the 130. He's a professional fighter ranked in the world, so he should be getting the title fight soon, man. Me and him was talking about this matchup for about months now, and we were saying the same thing. I was like, man, as soon as you take that movement away from him, it's done. And, you know, now Supernova has sparred a lot with Teofimo, so he knew and told me, he said, man, he's going to take that movement away from him, man. And he did. He went in there and executed the game plan. You got to give him credit, man. And this is my point, man. Like, I love Teofimo. I think he's a great outstanding, but he's going to be moving up to 140. So for me to go ahead and push Shakur to 130 and say to me he's a better boxer, I don't think that's being disrespectful. I just see that the difference between him and Shakur is that Shakur has perfect spacing, whether he's inside, mid-range, or outside, and can work the angles better. And this is the reason I say that Shakur will beat him easier. It's just obvious to me, man, and I don't want to hear about that. There's levels to this shit, because when you get in the ring, levels go out the window. You got to execute the game plan. It's you and him. And if you got that kind of skills, I'm going to pick him whether they think that he's on that level or not. Yeah, it's the same way I picked Teofimo to win. They said there's levels to this. I said, man, the hell with levels, he going to be Lomachenko. You know, you just gotta be able to analyze what a boxer has going into a match, you know. I mean, yeah, mental plays a lot of part in it, man. But if the person goes in there fully mentally ready and he's got the right game plan, they're gonna always be successful.
Solid point there, Colonel. Before you bounce, man, I wanted to get your take on what I perceive one of the more action-packed fights of the night. You know, Alex Saucedo and Barbosa Jr., man. What do you think about that fight? I think it was full of action first and foremost, but them exchanging on the inside like that, it seemed, you know, to me, Barbosa Jr. wanted to keep it at distance, you know, so he can work his range a bit better. But Saucedo had success, in my opinion, on the inside. You know, even though he was still taking some punishment to get there, he had success, man. Some of those exchanges, he was freezing up Barbosa.
The fight to me was a very hard fight for me to watch, man. That fight, look, I'm a boxing head, but that fight was really, really tough for me to watch, man. I was like, would they just please finish so I could watch the main event? That's how I felt about that fight, man. I was like, it's just like too much banging back and forth. Like,
man, that gave me that Gotti Ward. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of that Gotti Ward flavor that kind of, I don't know. I mean, it gave me that back and forth, you know, mano a mano, you know, you hit me, I hit you type of feeling.
Hold on, man. Ya terminaste.
Kevin from Chicago, Lomachenko should have known foreigners don't get benefit of out on the scorecards.
Hey, man, I got to go pick up Shorty, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you for stopping through there, Kano. Salute to you, bro.
Salute to everybody in the chat, too. Love y'all.
All right. One love, man. Kevin say, if that was Canelo or Floyd, Loma would have won a unanimous decision. If that was Canelo or Floyd, Loma would have won a unanimous decision. I know what you're trying to say, so to speak, but I'm not sure if, you know, you're looking at Canelo being in the same situation as Teofimo Lopez last night, and they're giving the nod to Loma. I don't think that would have went down like that. Or Floyd Mayweather. I just don't see it going down like that, man. But I'm happy in a way that the fight, the main event last night was fought smart by Teofimo Lopez. It was a smart fight. Now, this is my take to the naysayers. You cannot criticize no one in that fight except Lomachenko. He's the only one that can be criticized. It's some things that Teofimo Lopez did not do perfect, but you know what? When you're in there fighting the top pound for pound in the world, in boxing, you're gonna have to make changes. And in my opinion, Teofimo, when he left when he closed out the final second of the fight, he actually shut down Lomachenko the first 6 rounds, and people thought, you know, Lomachenko just wasn't throwing punches. But it was Teofimo Lopez right there in front of him, you know, going to the body. Who did you see running? I'm not going to say he was running, but he was getting up out of there. He was exiting and he was resetting. He did not stay on the ropes at all against Teofimo Lopez. People, that is called respect. That is called respect. When Teo was going to the body early, Lomachenko felt it. He was getting out of harm's way and trying to reset and get timing. I know someone was that commented. I know they was going to say this, and I say it sometimes. He's collecting data, right? He was collecting data. Lomachenko was collecting data on Teofimo Lopez, and he didn't like what he was downloading, y'all. Teofimo looked sharp in the early rounds, and it played into his hands to have energy left over for the back end of the fight. Because when Lomachenko began to hit Teofimo and start to connect and land his best shots of the fight, Teofimo didn't go down. He didn't get caught up in the ropes and get into the high guard like Winky Wright, Lamont Peterson. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he still fought back. Lomachenko landed some shots. Let's be honest. Lomachenko landed some shots. Let's not fake like, either fighter did not get touched. But, I'm going to put it up there. I'm going to put some flashes up there, some clips for y'all. But just in case y'all don't know, let me get Justin on here. Hey, what's up, man?
Man, how you doing, Mr. Scotty, man?
I'm chilling, bro. Appreciate you on the panel for the first time, man. What's your take, man? What you got to say about the aftermath, man?
Man, Teofimo Lopez with the email champion pun to Devin Haney was classic, right? That was classic, man. The performance was beautiful. I had an 8-4 on my scorecard. I really thought was really riding with Lomachenko for the experience as far as the fight went. He tried to pull a Bernard Hopkins, but really pulled the guns out really too late.
Yeah.
But I don't think he really was expecting Teofimo to be as fast as he was or as smart as he was in the fight. It was really a beautiful performance by a 23-year-old champion, man.
And the footwork, his footwork and movement was on point too to counter Lomachenko's movement.
Nullified Lomachenko's movement, man. The jab and that he caught. It was like 3 times he met him. Lomachenko kept moving to his right. Teofimo was loading the left hook up. I really didn't see Lomachenko move right like he usually would, right? Like
he usually move, in cadence. He moved right, left in cadence, man, land those uppercuts up the middle. That was absent last night, bro.
Missing. Honestly, I'm glued to my seat watching the fight, just waiting on Lomachenko to be Lomachenko. I mean, even I think Andre Ward said it, or Timothy Bradley said it's like, man, you don't really need all that time to download the information if it's there.
Exactly.
You know what
exactly,
I mean?
man.
Man, it was great, man. I like that who was it? Vargas? Man.
Just the way Vargas? Yeah.
Yeah. That was at 140, man. That's gonna be kind of hard to beat, man. I'm looking at the Regis Prograis, the Josh Taylors, man. That dude put on a boxing clinic last night, man.
Hey, you have to also factor in, you got Antoine Russell, the last Russell. He's at 140. It's only a matter of time, and dude's undefeated, man. He's undefeated. Antoine Russell. That's Gary Russell's little brother. And also you have Elvis Rodriguez. Yeah, man, he's another cat that has equal knockouts to his victories.
And Zepeda, and man, that fight gotta be fight of the decade, man.
It was fire, dog. Branchik and Zepeda. That shit was fire.
I've never seen a fight like that as long as I've been a part of the sport, been watching the sport, and never seen nothing like that. Kano coming back in.
I had to come back in when you mentioned Vargas, man, because I'm gonna tell you the secret weapon, man. I'm gonna tell y'all a name, and just remember I told you this today. Kent Cruz is gonna be the 140 dude.
Kent Cruz?
Kent Cruz. 140.
Yeah. Man, that 140, 135 to 140 is really stacked right now with some real talent.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you who he under, so because this guy doesn't have bums under him. He's with Ronnie Shields.
Oh yeah, Ronnie
out there in Texas.
Yes.
Ronnie, I'm out here in Texas right now, man. Ronnie got a nice stable, man. I really like the fights though last night, man. That undisputed thing is a problem for me though, because they done came out with this franchise French fries belt, and we talking about Devin Haney, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe Gervonta Davis has the legitimate strap at 135 for a WBA. No, that's not legit. So with him,
I mean, it's legit when it comes to who's the super title holder. Like the WBA, Lomachenko had that. Lomachenko had that. So now Teofimo has it. Javante has the secondary WBA title.
And that's so confusing, man, because I'm like undisputed. And then they got WBA got so many belts. WBC comes out with this French fries belt. And now we talk about people we want to know. We want to be able to put the crown on the man who's supposed to wear it, right? In boxing. Yeah. And now you got all these other things going on that is so confusing. I think even Rolly got a piece. Bro,
he has the interim title. He has the interim. That's what I was trying to tell you. Check this out. Rolly has the interim. Javante has like the secondary, like world title or whatever in the WBA. I mean, a lot of people don't consider it to the one that Teofimo has now, but it is respected as a legitimate world title, so to speak.
Okay, but
Rolly can't box, man. That's a no win for Rolly to me.
Man, come on, man. I was hype about the dude when I seen him busting up Garcia in sparring, but that is sparring. But you know, then when I seen him in there, it's levels to the game. Once you get to that elite level in world championship fighting, you have to be able to do everything. You got to be able to box. You got to be able to have speed. You got to be able to have footwork. Because like even Vargas displayed that last night. The guy he was in there with was almost one-dimensional, coming straight forward, trying to hurt him, and then he started picking him apart. When Rolly got in there with his title shot, man, I get mad because man, I'm a fighter too, man. You can't sit up there and tell me you got a world title shot and it's not the whole thing, man. Like it's just they should give him medals.
I agree.
They should give him medals for that. But anyway,
that's a good one.
That's what that kid really won that fight.
What kid? Jackson Marinez. Marinez, absolutely.
Man, and now you got the situation that it is what it is. So, like I say, man, they should give medals for that, man. We don't. It's boxing as confusing as it already is, which shouldn't be. This used to be the most simplest sport there was when it was just like one or two titles. Now you got all these titles out here. We talking about guys that put their life, sacrifice their blood, sweat, tears, time with their family and kids, and put their life on the line to be out here fighting for, you know what I mean, what they think is. And then you got all these casuals arguing with you and Kano about little petty stuff, man. Like, come on, y'all.
Yes.
Y'all not making sense.
None, man. And you know what would be amazing to the both of y'all is that, once they finish and then the celebration die down, that team Teofimo Lopez come back out and say, we're just gonna, do one more fight down here, 135 against Devin Haney, square everything up the right way. That's gonna be a huge fight. I'm telling you, out of nowhere, that fight will be huge, man.
Yeah. I mean, and it's rightfully so. I mean, that email champion pun was perfect. I mean, that was a perfect setup for the fight itself. And I'm just like,
yes,
that's got to be next. That's got to be.
Yeah, that'd be huge. I know the numbers yesterday was insane. I know those numbers are going to be absolutely insane. Shout out to Top Rank. They put on a hell of a card. But I'm going to tell you, man, those numbers were solid for that fight card yesterday. But imagine Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez, and you put a nice undercard under there. Man, it's gonna be out of this world, man.
Man, one thing. Go ahead.
Talk about undercards coming up, man. That Santa Cruz and Davis. Then you got, I think, Prograis is on there with somebody.
Yeah.
And I think it might be like almost 3 world title fights on that card. But yeah, my bad. I don't want to cut you off, Kano. Go ahead, man.
No, I was just gonna say, man, that people are being unfair with Haney with this Gamboa fight, man, when they're not realizing that all the big names they want to see him fight already had a fight scheduled. What do you want Devin Haney to do? Sit on the shelf? He's got to fight somebody.
Man, and that was that Gary Russell smoke that he was popping off, man. I was interested. I was really, really dialed in for that. And
yeah, a lot of people was dialed into that. And you know, the good thing about it was the work was put in by his father, Bill Haney. And I think in a lot of ways, Bill Haney changed the magnitude of the scope of social media promotion, because he was on social media from the morning to the evening. Him, Batman, you know, the LDBC channels, everybody, you know, Champside, IKEY TV, you know what I'm saying? He was on there day in and day out. And I really thought the fight was going to happen between Russell and Haney. But I think Bill kind of changed the game with promoting on social media. Even though the fight didn't happen, it did give us an inside perspective into everything that was popping. Contract, you know, man, that shit got personal. You know, it was outside the scope of how they really do business in boxing. You know, man, they don't put everything out here on social media like that.
And the whole game, and since you're saying that the whole game of boxing is really changing, you getting YouTubers making more money than guys that's been in the ring 5+ years. You know what I mean? And when I look at Ryan Garcia, I'm just like, man, if it wasn't for TikTok, man, like you wouldn't, I don't think you'll be here right now. So man, and for them guys to be doing it how they doing it right now, it's a lot of these guys are getting exposed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Great for the eye and the people and the casuals. You know what I'm saying? But the people who really want to see it and then stuff like that fall out, we get kind of disappointed. But it's still great because it brings attention to the sport. But at the same time, you know, we really want to see that shit. We really want that action.
Were you about to say something, Kano? It seemed like you in a GTR freaking Skyline over there, man.
Listen, man, I was laughing because my shorty flipping me the bird and stuff. But anyway, the on that November 7th, man, that card with Devin Haney. You know, I've been saying this. Another guy to watch. And see, I'm gonna watch that fight card for Darren Cunningham the third. Darren Cunningham the third is somebody to look out for. Now, when he starts bubbling up, people are gonna be surprised about him, except for me and you. But anyways, I'm letting y'all know Darren Cunningham also, so y'all do not sleep on that. And that way y'all can start doing your homework on him now. So when he comes up out of nowhere, y'all will know.
He coming.
He's coming. Cunningham, man. He one of those fighters, man, that people need to put their eyes on. Put the lens on him right now, man. You know,
I'm checking out. I'm looking at the landscape, man. I tell people all the time, man, the landscape of boxing changes every year. I didn't think Jamel was gonna recover after that loss like he did, and man, Lee on top of the world right now. We talk about real unified champions. Right? When you say undisputed, you mean everything, right? Right now I can only see what is Jamel. I give Teofimo 75% undisputed.
75. You leave the quarter out there for the the coveted WBC. I get it.
He's 75% undisputed. You not all the way. You don't have that full crown until you get it, man. You gotta earn that, man. And I don't. Who tell me a unified, undisputed champion right now in boxing? Who unified?
Well, the only other one was Alexander Usyk, and he vacated his titles to move up the heavyweight. So, you know, it's no other. It's potentials out there. You have Naoya Inoue, you know, at bantamweight. You know, you got Ramirez Taylor. They're about to fight. Of course, you got Jamel Charlo. If he ever step in and face Patrick Teixeira, we don't know what the hell going on in 60 and 68. You know what I'm saying? Or 75 for that reason. And then the only other division we can say outside of 35 is the heavyweight division. And we don't even know when they're going to unify.
Man, that's that. I'm waiting on Wilder Fury 3, but it look like they taking a different route with that, man. I
had to get on my computer.
This is my thing, the whole Lomachenko thing, man, right? So we got Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford. You know what I mean? We talking pound for y'all took Lomachenko out of nowhere and moved him number 1 pound for pound ahead of these guys that have resumes that are are tremendous, really tremendous resumes when you really just look at it. And Lomachenko come out of. I mean, I ain't gonna say he all hype because he is what he is. But y'all hyped him up.
I'll be on record, Justin. My narrative and my own perspective. I know people gonna say, how can you say that? But any live you said, I always felt that Lomachenko, in my opinion, off his resume, was a little overrated to me. I've never faltered from that. Man.
And what did I say, Scotty? To me, he was an ordinary fighter. I've been saying it. And I'm going to tell you what the straw that broke the camel's back for me was when they was trying to say he was better than Muhammad Ali. I was done with him then.
Bob Arum up here talking that nonsense, man.
I was done with him then. I could no credibility after that, bro.
Hey, let me ask you this, Justin. You was just mentioning how they moved Lomachenko in the top pound for pound. So after his loss to Teofimo Lopez, right? Just because you defeat the top pound for pound doesn't mean you move into that slot. The pound for pound doesn't work that way. Now that Teofimo Lopez has defeated Vasiliy Lomachenko, where does Lomachenko go? And does Teo move into the damn top pound for pound list?
I would say for Teo, at least top 10 on pound for pound. He shouldn't be breaking top 5 right now, but for sure top 10. And Lomachenko, I mean, I know Gorilla Mo Rigondeaux is somewhere looking at this like, yeah, now you see what it feels like, because again, Lomachenko really isn't the biggest 135, but he was aiming for that spot. He was trying to be great, you know what I mean? And
so tell me this. Don't mean to cut you off while you're on the subject, Justin. Mm-hmm. Tell me this though. Why you say not top 5? What criteria are you placing upon for Teofimo Lopez to be top 5 in pound for pound?
I'm gonna tell you why not top 5. Jermell Charlo, Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford, the monster is it? I don't want to get it wrong, but
Inouye, just say Inouye,
yeah, Japan. And I mean, you
know what's similar? You know what's a common thread between all those fighters you just mentioned?
What's that?
They're multi-division champions, man.
Exactly.
But check this out though. But that's not a criteria for being pound for pound, because Errol Spence is up there and he only holds 2 titles and he only been in a single division too. So you got to consider that Teofimo Lopez and what he's been able to accomplish. Should he be outside the top 5 or inside the top 5?
Teofimo, all right. I give Lopez. This is the only pass I would give Lomachenko for why he was even there in the first place. 2 gold medals. And we talking about amateurs and pros, which shouldn't count in the pros, but I mean that's historical. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Rigondeaux, we can say the same. He's never even touched the top 10.
And again, it's favoritism. ESPN was even removing Lomachenko's loss. Man, I don't want to. It's a conversation for another time. We could say favoritism, or we could say a little racism, man. But every time, I'm be honest about it, man. Every time we get a white fighter that's got some real goods, man, he riding the comment to the stratosphere. You heard me? Yeah. He riding that thing up top quickly, very quickly. It don't even matter who's there. That's why I say, like, Terrence Crawford, you got him ahead of Canelo Alvarez. You got him ahead of Canelo. We talk about multi-division now. Yeah, what was it? 120, 130, 135? Okay, that's cool. We're talking about guys that's 130, 140, 130, and bigger weight classes. Not
I might not have my face on this one.
Real champions, real other gold medalists. I look at Lomachenko's resume and still wonder, like, who else? Who's really on his resume that I could be like, man, that dude was dangerous. That dude was seriously that. Besides Nicholas Walters at the time,
who hasn't fought since that fight.
Yeah, and then we talking about a itty bitty Gorilla Mo Rigondeaux. Now, I don't maybe get into this man resume and pick him apart like that, but I'm just saying though, man, it was a lot of smoke and mirrors behind it.
Facts are facts. Speak it.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, man, we talking about world class, top tier. We want the upper echelons. We not in the golden era no more, but we still should respect it as such when it comes to guys and who they fighting in their resume on that pound for pound list. Now we ain't talking about just a weight class. We talking about that pound for pound list. I've seen guys. I've seen, and this is why I say Teofimo isn't breaking that top 5 pound for pound bracket right now, because besides Lomachenko, who was the last guy he fought? The African guy,
Richard Comey.
Richard Comey. Besides them 2 guys, I mean, and what's the other guy? I really like him. He's a Hispanic cat. He was real thick at 130, I believe, 135. Magdaleno.
Oh, Diego Magdaleno, Jesse Magdaleno. Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much it. You know what I mean? That's pretty much it. I can't give him that until he faced the Haney, until he faced the Gervonta Tank Davis. Who else? And even Ryan Garcia would throw him in the mix, because I mean, we talk about Tio was calling Lomachenko a diva, and I would have most definitely put that tag on somebody like Ryan Garcia, because when it comes down to it, man, we talking about the best face and the best at the time in the division, and that's the main reason why I got Canelo behind Terrence, because
Canelo's not even on my list.
Canelo don't like Canelo, boy.
But at the same time, he's still doing it though. But he ain't. The real boxer people know, but the performances say he is what he is. You know what I mean? For what he's in there with. When he fought Danny Jacobs and all those guys, at the time he fought on was perfect for him. We talking about guys that is perfect for each other. The undefeated gold medalist that Terrence Crawford knocked off, all the O's that Terrence Crawford then took. Man, I'm just saying, man. Top 5 pound for pound, you gotta be stiff. I still got, even though he took a loss to Earl Spence, I still got Mikey Garcia resume wise, you know what I'm saying? Still in the top 5, because I mean, he stepped up. He came up short. But at the same time,
I respect it, man. I just can't have Canelo in my top 5. I just don't. No way.
Look, I understand, because I know you looking at it like I'm looking at it realistically, like, you know what I'm saying? When, where, how, you know what I mean?
Oh, I'll give you a whole breakdown. Scotty, no, I'll give you a whole breakdown of why. I don't know if we got time for it though.
Yeah.
Man, this early Sunday, man, we got time for everything. Shit.
Yeah, man. So,
you want to break it down, Justin? Or you good with just me saying he's not in my top 5?
I feel like we on the same page. Gonna run that.
All right, man. Let's go with number 1, man. Every time Canelo gets into these fights that are with so-called big names, first of all, remember at what point of their career he's taking them. That's 1. 2, let's look at the stipulations he always puts in these contracts for the fights. Rehydration clause, weight, catch weight. And bro, there's always something with him going into these major fights. Now, I will give you this. He's got all the talent in the world. He shouldn't have to resort to these catch weights, rehydration clause, et cetera, that he's putting in there. The meat thing with Mexico, I hold that against him, because to me, once you're a cheat, you don't belong on the list at all. But that's just a quick breakdown. I don't want to take an hour into this, because I could.
Ooh, hey, man, those are facts though. Those big facts right there. Scotty, you care to elaborate on any of that?
I look at it like this, man. The pound for pound list has always remained the same, so to speak, with the top 2. And I agree, man. Like, You know, Canelo cheated. They made it retroactive back to, you know, he was out of a fight anyway. So his second fight with Gennady Golovkin was postponed. You know, but yeah, he still was able to, you know, end his suspension and go back in there. So if you take the top five, you got Canelo. Let's just say before yesterday, you have Canelo, Vasiliy Lomachenko, Inoue. Then fourth has always been Terrence Crawford. 5, Alexander Usyk, and 6 is Errol Spence. I'm gonna stop right there because 7 is Gennady Golovkin. This is the Ring magazine. So, what is the criteria? It can't be multi divisions to be in the pound for pound. It can't be multiple divisions because Alexander Usyk, he hasn't been champion. He unified the cruiserweight. And then let's take a look at Crawford. Okay, multi divisions. Inoue, multi divisions. Lomachenko and Canelo, the same thing. So, what is the criteria to be pound for pound? We don't know what the freaking criteria is. It's not having an O on your record. You know what I'm saying? Because Canelo has a loss to Mayweather.
Every time you mention Canelo, I gotta take my headphones off, bro. He's not on the list.
No, I'm talking about the Ring magazine list. They have Canelo up there.
Hold on. You saying Terrence Crawford number 4?
Yeah, behind Inoue on the Ring. Yeah.
Okay, so all right, Ring magazine. This is where Golden Boy actually owns. This is what Golden Boy owns, right? So yeah, so we can't even count them. I'm looking at BoxRec, I'm looking at ESPN, and still coming up with these similar results as far as who you holding at the top and why. And it's always, I know the pound for pound list always been a mythical thing as far as, you know what I mean, just fantasy, right? But I mean, it still holds a lot of weight to his name when you say pound for pound. And
to me, Errol Spence was always above Lomachenko. To me,
yeah, and I agree because I'm a Texas boy, man. So you know, I got a lot of
shit.
I got a lot of love. I got a lot of love and respect for them Texas fighters, man. And at the same time, in the same breath, I'm still not putting him top 5, but just out of respect of the guys that are divisional fighters, divisional champions, and the last 2 true number 1 pound for pounds for me was Andre Ward and Floyd Mayweather. I remember at one point in time, even Triple G was number 1 after Andre had retired.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like,
I'm with you on almost everything, man. The only one I just gotta, remove is Canelo. That's it. Everything else I'm okay with.
Okay, so I mean, if not, and we talking about names holding weight and really just being the forefront of boxing. Like I guess they might be basing it off of fans of I ain't gonna say fans of popularity because they got some guys up there that's not even really known. So I mean, boxing in Mexico. Let's I'm gonna break this down. WBC is a Mexican belt. And that's where it comes from.
Right.
The whole country of Mexico has been behind Canelo Alvarez since he was 15. So for him, for the route that he's taken and the things that he's done as a country representing, I mean, that's that juice, man. It's just like Mayweather behind Gervonta Tank Davis. When you got certain things behind you in this boxing game, it can propel you somewhere very, very fast, very fast. Yeah. And it gives you a security blanket of protection when it comes to doing certain things. Like people mentioned, y'all think Kano mentioned the meat, the cheating,
that beef,
the dare I say the Lara fight. It's just like that, man, and that's really the dark side of the sport, man. And when it comes down to it, man, because if it was everything that it's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, we would have been had certain fights made. We talk about people. How are you able to avoid your mandatory? It's just how, you know what I'm saying? We talking about guys who fought their way up, scratched and clawed tooth and nail to get there. And just because you the champion, oh, we gonna give you this franchise belt. You ain't gotta fight your mandatory. Hey man, don't even worry about it, man. Here you go. Some more gold on your gold. You know what I mean? Like, why? It makes me question why do they get a pass like that?
That's why I don't look at these lists. Look, they got Tyson Fury on. I don't, man. Anybody who would popped up hot or cheated, you know what I'm saying? You come up hot, that's cheating. You know, no way
That's
around
what I'm saying, man. This
I
pound for
can't
pound
put
list,
people like
man.
that on the
You can say
list,
you
bro.
watch. That's what I'm saying, man. You can look at ESPN, BWAA. You know, this is the ESPN number one Vasiliy Lomachenko, bro. You know what I'm saying? Number 2, Terrence Crawford. 3, Canelo. 4, Anui.
Five Earl Spence.
Yeah, 5 is Errol Spence. 6, Alexander Usyk, and then 7, Tyson Fury. So you know.
To me, man, the pound for pound list should be a list of fighters who've never came up, you know, hot on any test or nothing like that, man. You have to be clean. That's just like baseball in the Hall of Fame, not letting these guys into the Hall of Fame because of the steroid situation that went on back in the days, man. I think the same way about this pound for pound list. If you have tested positive before, you don't belong on this list.
They got Juan Francisco Estrada up here forever and a day. He's a junior bantamweight champion. You know, he's been up here forever. Even in ring. Ring has Juan Estrada number 8. And then, like I said, Gennady Golovkin, he's sitting at number 9, and ring, he's at number 7. And Manny Pacquiao sitting as a placeholder on number 10, both on ESPN and ring. So I'm like, damn.
It's a favoritism list, man. Bottom line to me, man. I don't pay it too much mind. I know who the best fighter out there is. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you got to judge that with your own eye test. I think everybody should judge that with their own eye test and say, okay, this fighter right here to me is dominating boxing. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be like, that's the way I got to look at it.
And you know, I don't see but one lightweight on this list and one lightweight on the Ring magazine list when it comes down to it. One lightweight, that was Vasiliy Lomachenko. So now that he's lost those titles, are they willing to move another lightweight into the top, you know, top 10 pound for pound? Are they willing to do that?
What like, I mean, CO didn't make the list already. I mean, these things happen overnight. I mean, especially with a loss like that to the number 1 guy. Is T.O. there anywhere?
I mean, I'm just looking at, let's put it this way, like on how Errol Spence defeated who for the IBF title. He defeated Kell Brook, right? And then he defeated who for the WBC? Sean Porter, right? So yeah. Do you consider Kell Brook and Sean Porter great fighters, you know, to the point where, okay, Errol Spence, what's the next criteria? He's campaigned primarily at welterweight, right? So let's look at Teofimo Lopez. Did Errol Spence beat a top pound for pound champion to place him where he's at right now, to put him on the top pound for pound list, or is it popularity? Because Teofimo Lopez beat the second. You know, he's beat the top pound for pound guy right now. So does he rate to move up in there? Because Inouye, he hasn't beat a top pound for pound guy. You know what I'm saying? Canelo, I mean, come on. Let's be honest, man. Who did Canelo beat that was on the top pound for pound list? Who?
I mean, when you say top, we talking top 10, because I mean we gotta look at Triple G at the time. Triple G, and that was pretty much, I mean,
Triple G still wasn't that high on the top pound for pound list, even if he was even on it. I don't think Triple G was that high on the pound for pound list for a win for Canelo to put him in number 1. I mean, let's be honest, man. Like, I know a lot of people was boosting up Triple G, but he didn't really. Jacobs wouldn't have put him on. Jacobs wouldn't have put him on the pound for pound list.
We gonna break his resume down too, man. Cause Demetrius Andrade, Jamal Charlo, that Danny Jacob fight was really late. I still feel to this day, if Dimitri Pirog would have never had the accident that he had, we wouldn't even be talking about a Triple G right now.
Yeah,
He's undefeated middleweight. undefeated middleweights, and these guys, we talking pound for pound.
I believe the Charlos belong on that list.
Huh?
Yeah, right now, yeah, they do. Yeah.
That's like I said, man. There's way more fighters out there that to me belong on that list over Canelo. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep hammering that home, man. I'm gonna keep hammering that home. Canelo needs to be bumped off of there, man. You need to move the Charlos up. You know what I'm saying?
Who do you think should be number one,
top.
Como? Who do you think should be number one again?
For my eye test is Spence.
Huh?
Errol Spence. That's who I like at number one.
I know you like him, but what puts him as far as his credentials at number one? That's what I was trying to get at. What puts these fighters in the top 2 pound for pound? Because Kell Brook and Sean Porter are not considered great fighters, but yet, yeah, Errol Spence is unified. He took the WBC and the IBF. We get it, but we can't include Mikey Garcia in there, which is the 4-division champion, and in my opinion, has more divisions than the champions who Errol Spence defeated.
If you got Terrence Crawford on that list, you got to put Spence on there. If you got Terrence Crawford on that list, you better put Spence on there.
Correct. But my question was, who should be number one, though? Who is number one right now if it ain't Canelo?
For me, it's Errol Spence. I'm going to keep hammering that home.
What about you, Justin?
Number one?
I said it.
It's Terrence Crawford for me.
So you say Terrence Crawford, what, per his unification at 140? What puts Terrence Crawford?
It's multi-divisional championship, because when we talk, Terrence Crawford was 135-pound champion, 140-pound undisputed champion, and now he holds a full title at 147. And okay, yeah, Spence had the accident, right? And when I look at it, I'm gonna bring Canelo up in the thing one more time. Okay. Only because we talking about guys who face. I got Terrence Crawford number one because he faces his mandatory. He fights everybody he's supposed to fight. Now, versus when you got guys
Russell do too
that are still calling you out, and you ain't going to look at that. That's where you drop on my pound for pound, and that goes for Canelo. Because you got Charlo and Andrade been chasing you for years now. You got and I look at Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford been chasing Errol Spence this whole time, pretty much. You know what I mean? So when you don't address your opposition or your mandatories like so, then yeah, it takes away from your championship credibility for me as far as pound for pound goes.
You know, one prerequisite I believe that is a priority to be on the pound for pound list is that you have to have a belt currently. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know if y'all agree with that, but you have to be champion currently. Active.
Yeah, of course.
You have to be champion.
Sure.
Well, Errol Spence got 2 belts, so I mean, I'm not speaking blasphemy here.
Oh no, that didn't have anything to do with you saying Errol Spence. I'm just saying the criteria to be on the top 10 pound for pound, you need to be a champion. Period.
It's the way I look at it, man. I mean, I know, look, the list is going to be what it is, man. I understand about the multi-champion, undisputed, all this, but I go off of my eye test, man, and my eye test tells me Errol Spence. If I put Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford in the same ring, I'm going to pick Errol Spence to win that fight. That's my criteria for me, man. I mean, everybody's going to look at it different, and I respect it, though. Like, he's got, I think one of y'all got Terrence Crawford number one. I don't have a problem with that. Because your eyes are telling you that.
Okay, and just to break down my eye test a little bit further, we talk about, and this is another reason why I have Terrence Crawford pound for pound number one. It's because everybody that he's faced in the welterweight division and every champion that he's faced, he's got him out of there for the most part. I want to. Can you pull it up for me? And let's look at how many champions that he's fought that he didn't knock out, that he didn't put to sleep.
You talking about Terrence Crawford or Canelo?
Yeah.
This is Canelo. This is Canelo's. Okay, let me get up out of here and pull up Terrence Crawford.
I don't have a problem with Terrence Crawford being number one. I really don't. I mean, because I gotta respect that, man. That's the way he sees it, man. I gotta respect that, man. And that's where people need to grow up at and stuff. Not everybody in this panel is an adult, and we're treating this the proper way, you know. Sure. So I respect that, man. I mean, his eyes are telling him that, and he's got good reasons to feel that way. And you may have somebody else number one World Combat. I don't know. I didn't hear what you said number one was for you. So,
well, based off resume, outside of a drug test, man, I got Canelo Alvarez number one pound for pound, man. I gotta go off the resume. Okay, here go Terrence Crawford, right? Look at Terrence Crawford. All right, 33. Like you said, he stepped up to look, he stepped up and defeated Jeff Horn, who was coming off a win, picking up the title. He fought the champion and moving up from 40 to 47, and he ended up getting the win. But okay, this is where the criticism goes in. You know, forget about Kell Brook, who he's facing now. Amir Khan. Amir Khan was one of those. He's one of those respected boxers people are not going to give credit to because of his chin. But I was at that fight, and Crawford basically made Amir Khan quit. Joseph Benavidez, they're not going to give him no respect, but he was an undefeated fighter. Jeff Horn was an undefeated fighter. He took the title for him his first fight. Julio Sindongo, he took the titles from him at 40. You know what I'm saying? So it gets a little shady when it gets down to the Felix Diaz, the John Molinas, and those was credible opponents, man. Victor Poster was undefeated. You had Henry Lundy. You know, people are not going to give him too much credit. You know, he had 5 losses when they fought. And then, of course, Gamboa was undefeated, but they say, oh, he was coming off a hiatus and all this.
Man, that hurt my feelings. I'm talking about Gamboa was one of the most beautifulest thing I ever seen. He was Lomachenko before Lomachenko. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
man, that's that fight what made me really just look at Terrence. Me and Terrence even fought on the same card before, and that just fights right there just made me look at Terrence like, bro, you the real deal, huh? And then for him to go up to 40 unified, and like I said, he's facing his mandatories right now and knocking them out, getting rid of them.
I don't know how we got on the pound for pound list, man, but you know, Velocity Cuz makes a good point. Tio has nothing to prove at 135 anymore. Move forward and progress. But you know what? Business wise, man, Justin, I understand. Like I told you, I would like to see him fight Devin Haney, but business wise, it's gonna make a lot more sense to move up to 140 and face the winner of Ramirez and Taylor, because then that'll be a unification bout at 140, and that would be 2 divisions he has unified, not undisputed, but unified. That's
right.
That's gonna be a bigger money fight for him too.
Here go Devin Haney's resume. You know, 24-0, 15 knockouts. So therefore, outside of his fight with Gamboa that's scheduled for the 7th, how do you grade his resume? I mean, he still has a lot of homework to do, with the quality of opposition that he's faced thus far. But Teofimo Lopez would definitely put him in a different position right now,
I'm looking at his resume.
Look at the names.
I honestly don't have a problem with his resume, man. I mean, I don't, man. I understand how the game works, though. So,
yeah. He has a lot of olds, Alfredo Santiago was undefeated. Zaur Abdulev, he was undefeated. I think some of these guys, Abdulev, he had fought in the U.S. one other time, and Alfredo Santiago, he came over here and with an oldness record, and he went out early. I mean, Devin Haney has been doing what he's supposed to do with these particular guys. I'm not gonna compare Juan Carlos Burgos to every other fighter he's been in the ring with and reciprocate that. But I know Mason Menard, Devin Haney knocked him out in 9, and Teofimo knocked him out in 1 round. And a lot of people was comparing that fight between Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. But he's building up his resume. He's built up his resume. He was in Mexico early, went to the U.S.
How old is he? How does this is now? How old is
Devin Haney is 21, man. He's 21. Okay. He's about to be 22 in December.
He's just not able to buy a drink. You know what I mean? So I give him his respect for his. I'm not even gonna get on his resume right now, but for him to be champion and for the unified, not undisputed champion to be calling him out, calling him the email champion. I mean, yeah, it would be nice business wise. It would be the more lucrative, more more reward, less risk, or more risk, less more reward. However you want, however it, going up to 140 before actually giving it a shot to be the official undisputed fighter. You know what I mean? Now, like I
know
said,
currently right now at lightweight, man. If you look at lightweight, the top names at lightweight right now, Teofimo can lay claim that they're having the top name on his resume right now.
Yeah, and like Kano was saying earlier, you know what I mean? Like these other guys, you know what I mean, that they ain't talk about who under the top guys, you know what I mean? You still got the Gervonta Tank Davis, the Devin Haney, the Ryan Garcia, all at 135 right now. 135 is really hot. I mean, for you to, you unified against Lomachenko, which a few people that, even us look at and was like, maybe just a little overhyped, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, we got to give credit where it's due. Teofimo did what he was supposed to do last night. We still have questions on Gervonta Tank Davis, Devin Haney, because I mean, the power factor, the skill factor, the resumes. These are champions at 135. We'll take the Gervonta Tank Davis championship out of the picture, but as far as being a champion, he's what, 3-time champion already at 135.
He's just one. He has a single title at 135.
No, but he like lost it on the scales and he won it back like 2 or 3 times. So it's
right.
Like,
130.
It was 130.
Yeah, it was 130.
Okay. So
130. Because he moved up to 130. He moved up to 35. Who did he fight for the title? Gamboa.
Okay. Who didn't have a title at 135? So
no, they was fighting for the vacant. They was fighting for the vacant.
Okay, so still, we talking about guys that are there that can actually make you some good decent money. As quiet as it's kept, Gervonta Tank Davis is really the highest paid fighter right now at 135.
Yeah,
and that money team is actually everything that it says is exactly what the name is. The money team. That's where the money's at. So, I mean, you want to make some money? Yeah, you can move up. You can make a bigger resume for yourself to cash in on some bigger money down the line, or are you going to stay there and actually be the undisputed king at 135? Those are questions for Teofimo that to answer. But I really would like to see somebody do a 135, super series or something, because that would be huge. That would be huge. And
man, that should be crazy, Justin. Oh my God, a super series at 35, man.
I would love to see it. I think the only problem with it is Teofimo's too big. He's gonna have problems making 135, man.
Absolutely. It's going to be without T.O. It has to be without T.O., man. They're not going to stay down here for a super series, and that's going to take a whole nother year. It's not going to happen. I'm saying outside of Teofimo, it'll still be nice. It'll still be nice to have a series down there.
Okay. So all right, let's project forward. So we say T.O. moves up 140. You got Taylor, you got Rigondeaux, you got Prograis. There's another dude that Zapata, man, and that Vargas from last night. I mean, honestly, like, how do you think that all plays out for a T.O.? I mean, unless he just waits for the big man at the top, like you said, in Taylor and because usually when you move up, you try to get your feet wet with a contender or at least, you know what I'm saying, a former champion.
Yeah, that is the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Getting your feet wet. That is the narrative. But here's the 140-pound division, of course. So we got Regis is coming off that loss with Taylor. And of course, we have the champions
Right.
at the top, you know, Ramirez, WBC and WBO champion, unified, and Taylor, the WBA IBF. So below that, who would make it interesting for people to tune into? You know what I'm saying? Cepeda, Hooker, Teofimo Lopez, Victor Postal. You know, I mean, he has some Wall Street in his name still. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's Cepeda though. That's Cepeda would really, just because of the performance that he just had. I mean, let's say we project that towards, you know, February 2021. I mean, that would really be a juicy fight, you know what I'm saying, for anybody that really likes the fight game, you know what I mean? And
you also have to factor in too, Justin, Alex Saucedo and Barbosa, you know, coming off that fight last night too. That was at 140, and people thought it was a middleweight fight. They look kind of big in there, but we have to look at Barbosa, man, and Saucedo being in there too, bro.
Yes, that was an entertaining fight, man. That was before the main event, right?
Yeah, that was the co-main event, man.
Yeah, that Barbosa Jr. Nice.
And then Catterall just took step aside money, you know, for the Ramirez, Josh Taylor. He just took step aside money. So
I mean, I don't
he's
really
a UK fighter.
Yeah, I got respect for fighters, man, but I just really don't think that guy really wants real smoke, because I mean, he could have been fought holding the WBC strap at 140. We talking about Jose Ramirez?
Who? Jose Ramirez is the unified WBC and WBO champion at 40.
Yeah, so he could. Is that not who Josh Taylor fighting?
Yeah, that's who he's fighting.
Okay, well then, yeah. So, I mean, I just got to see how that cookie crumbles, because I mean, I'm still kind of, I don't hold a lot of weight with when it comes to Jose Ramirez and performances, man, because I done seen a fight where it looked like I didn't really think he did what he was supposed to do, and they gifted him that one.
That was against Cepeda. That was against Cepeda. Cepeda beat him, but they gave it. That was against Cepeda. But look, folks, I gotta run, man. I don't want to interrupt or nothing like that, but I gotta run, man. I'll listen in from the outside though.
All right,
cool. For sure. Appreciate you.
Hey, Scotty, man, this has been fun, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's always good talking boxing, man. You say you box, right? You know what division you boxed in?
Middleweight, super middleweight. It wasn't
okay.
I had a lot of fights, man. You know, I didn't have no real serious training with me. But you know, I get out there and I went for everybody, man. My resume is 4-13-2, man. I got 4 wins, 13 losses, and 2 draws, man. I fought a lot of the guys who got hot, got shots at titles and stuff like that, and I feel like I really beat them. But you know, coming from nothing, with nothing, you know what I mean? You gotta be in there putting them to sleep, and that really that wasn't I was fighting with everything stacked against me like that. I did what I could, man, and I feel like, you know, it was enough to win, but I needed that little blanket, man. I needed some security with me. But
I feel you, man. But salute to you for stepping in there though and competing on a professional level, dog.
Man, it was fun, man. It was a blessing, man. I got to travel. It took me out of real bad situations, man. I got a chance to travel the country, you know, see a whole lot of different things, man. Boxing really could save people's lives, man, for real. And if kids don't have nothing but anger and frustration in their heart, man, put them in the gym, man. I encourage other people to really just go in there and man, just put them kids in there, man, and give them an opportunity, man, because it'll change your life. Boxing teaches you a lot, discipline, respect, and everything else that come with it, man. Because it's a fight game, man, and it's.
You there?
At the same time, man, I love it.
Yeah, for sure, man. I see you got a new born on deck, man.
I can't hear you, Scotty.
You went in and out, man. Jump off
Nah, I
and jump
can't hear
back
you.
in, man. What about now?
Oh yeah, I can hear you now. What's going on?
Now I was gonna say you have a newborn on deck. I don't know how many kids you got, but you plan on putting them in boxing or any type of pugilist sport, man?
Man, I would it's on them, man. It's on the kids, man. I would love to see them, follow the footsteps, and I know I could be a great trainer. I train a couple of professionals right now. I would
Okay,
love to.
cool.
I would love to, but I think my daughter, she's 2 months. Her name's Athena Dream. My last name is Williams, so I'm thinking tennis. You know what I mean? For this
Yeah,
one,
yeah. I feel you.
you know what I'm saying it's more. It might be a little more money and less painful in that aspect. So yeah, man. I would love it though, man. I teach all my kids. I have 2 kids. One 15 and one is 2 months. As soon as my daughter was able to, really hold her hands up good, I showed her how to box, taught her the basics just for self defense. You know what I mean? So, like I say, man, it helps, man. It helps, man. So I love it, man. Like I say, boxing is beautiful. It's brutal, and it can really change and save your life, man. It's all about how you take to it,
It is, man. It's a beautiful sport. That's why they call it the sweet science. Real
Man.
talk. And this is one of the sports, bro. Every time it's gonna be a debate about something. And the reason why it's gonna be a debate, Justin, because boxing has too many branches on it. Boxing just
Man,
has too many branches attached to it, man. Like I
I,
don't like comparing. I remember back in the day, I was comparing mixed martial arts, and I wasn't just comparing the UFC, but I was comparing the way their belt structure is aligned in each division. And I can only go so far because just say the UFC. The UFC only
they,
has so many divisions available.
and
Not
they
like
and they
boxing. Boxing has 17 divisions.
right, and they monot. But I could, and I'm a UFC fan. I commend Dana White and what he's doing, how he monopolized the sport for real,
Correct.
and it's one belt. It's cut and
Cut and
dry,
dry.
and those are your real live champions. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it would be beautiful. It would be beautiful to see that in boxing, but again, boxing was probably one of the oldest sports there is, and it's so many hands been involved and made money, and it's so much money involved that it probably would never it'll never be like that.
I think you have too many people that's in a position of authority to just sit at the round table and consolidate, and organize boxing. I don't think so because they're looking at the amount of money that they're making. Anybody can be a promoter in boxing. You can damn near have anybody as a promoter. I mean, I can say the same in mixed martial arts, but when it comes down to it, some of these fighters that end up making it to the stage, sometimes they already they're locked in to elbow. You know what I'm saying? They locked in to one guy, almost like Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford was locked in to Victory Promotions, I believe, and then they try to get out of that promotion and go to another one. Jerome Ennis is in the same situation or something like that. So they still paying a percentage of their purse, even though they signed, Terrence is signed with Top Rank. He's still paying a percentage of his purse to the other guy.
Man, and that's robbery, man. That's robbery.
That's how it is. It's a dirty game, man. Boxing lacks structure. Everybody can get in where they fit in and play their role in making money off boxing. But sometimes the boxer suffers the most, man. The one who
Yeah,
actually get in the ring.
yeah, man. And I have to agree with you with that, man, because these guys are these guys will show up to the gym 2-3 times a week to come work with you and expect the full 30% of your purse, man. It's
Yeah.
hard. That's a highway robbery in itself. Like, you're not even here risking your life and your body, your limbs, man. I tell my guys that my professionals that I'm training right now, I say, bro, one bad fight could change you, man. And before
Yep.
I just put in there with the killers and gorillas, you for sure gonna have to know what you're doing, and you have to for sure be comfortable in what you're doing before I even let you sign off on it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, it is your decision. But if a smart trainer that really wants to see you successful is gonna make sure that you're at your best, and all your interests are met when it comes to signing a contract. Because like I say, one fight can change you, man. Look at Superman Stevenson. Look at the kid. Look at Mr. Day, man. RIP. You know what I mean?
Patrick Day, yeah. Maxim Dadashev, yep.
Yeah, man. These guys, and even I don't. Baranchek, is he okay? Is he okay? Because I feel like he left something in that ring that night, man.
I mean, he probably did, man. But you know, they're not gonna really put it out there because you remember when Superman was hurt. We didn't hear too much. Like we knew he, you know, what happened in the ring and everything, but we really didn't know how severe it was until several weeks later, man. You know.
And like I tell my guys, man, one bad fight can change you, man. I was involved in a dirty fight where the dude kept hitting me with an elbow, ended up cracking my orbital bone, man. You know. If you don't jump on that insurance policy that the promoter has to get your stuff fixed, man, you're gonna be on your own. You have to pay for it yourself, man. Then that's where, you know what I mean. Boxing is, man. They usually say they can't use you no more, man. People who don't care, who just in it for the bucks, not in it for the legacy and the championship, and actually build something. They'll eat you till they can't eat no more, till your bones clean, man.
Dang. That's unfortunate, man. That's the hurt business. And also, you know, the hurt business transitions over to hurting the fighter too, man. You know.
Yeah. The business of I love the sport. The business is it is what it is. Somebody gotta win, somebody gotta lose. And the guy who ain't even fighting could be winning his butt off and ain't never stepped in there one time. You know what I mean? From promoters to trainers to matchmakers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I say, man. I commend the UFC on their job and what they got going on. Because man, when you look at that sport, it's like this the champion. He is the champion. You know what I mean? Teofimo was crowned last night. And a lot of casuals are probably still under the impression that he's undisputed right now. So,
well, I put undisputed up there as a language, but how long I've been in boxing, being media, right? I'm putting undisputed per the language, but I've also been on record before this fight even happened. And T.O. is my boy, but I said, you know, T.O., you know, he has to do what's right. What's right. And what my perspective is may not be what's right to somebody who actually hold the belts. And they might say, okay, you don't know business-wise, that's what's right for me. I won the belts. You didn't win the belts. I get to make business moves. You know, his senior might look at it like, okay, we getting a shot if we move up to 140 immediately. So for us, that's more money, and that's a chance for us to create space from Teofimo and his his compeers down here at 35, his colleagues in the bottom, you know, his freaking boxing mates that he's gonna be freaking in the same division at 140, 147. We're gonna see Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez at 40 and 47 together. Guaranteed. We're gonna see the Ryan Garcias, not the Gervonta Davis. I don't think Gervonta's moving up past 47. I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Those guys are Gervonta really he's really short, but at 147, man, I watched him spar with 47 pounders.
Yeah,
I think he'll hold his own at 147. It's just like AB. You know what I mean? When you step in there with a true 140 pounder, and that really ain't your weight class, and you trying to be the man, you know, you gonna find out if you the man or not. If you ain't got the heart to stand in there and do what you need to do and take that, man, it'll happen to you, man. It'll happen.
That's why AB get that respect, man. God damn, AB, you know, he skipped 140 right and went to 47 and picked up the strap against Malignaggi, right?
Right.
And just being in there with Sean Porter, you know, being a smaller guy, in my point, against a dog like Sean Porter, and Sean Porter ended up getting dropped. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, dog, this shit is absolutely crazy, man. Like, people thought for sure that Sean Porter was going to stop Adrian Broner. They thought for sure that shit was going to happen with Mikey Garcia. You know, I'm like, damn. But that's his respect. That's why people outside the ring respect Adrian Broner, because he went in there and weathered the storm against Marcus Madonna. He lost his strap though, but hey, he ain't never been stopped yet.
Nah, man, still ain't been stopped. I just man, I just wish he stay truly dedicated and focused to it, man, like in the gym, man, because like I say, man, fights are won in the gym, man. You know, it's a lot of money and pressure getting put on these fighters that make it to the top so quickly, like Gervonta Davis and Adrian Broner, you know what I mean? And even Devin Haney, and Teofimo Lopez as well. But you see the discipline in the guys that are staying on top and making sure that, you know, they securing a victory in the gym. They making sure that they up doing their road work, doing their pad work, doing the sparring. They putting in the work to secure these victories, man. So much money so fast can really make, especially when you come from nothing, man. When you come from nothing, man, these guys, you know, it does something to you, you know. And I'm so glad that Gervonta has the people that he has around him right now, because man, it could have went the other way, you know. It could have went the other. These guys are doing what they're supposed to do, man, and making boxing really exciting right now, especially that 135 division, the 145, the 147, the 147 division is really heating up. The 160 division, you know, the Achilles in that is the guys ain't fighting nobody, man. We talking about it's history in that 160 division and that 168 division, man. From 135 to 175, man, it's really rich, like rich history in the sport when it comes to unifications, champions fighting champions, you know, the best fighting the best, Roberto Duran fighting versus Leonard Hagler and all them guys, man. Like that's what boxing needs right now. And I'm starting to see these young cats come up and do it, man. It's just the political powers and the power that be behind them, you know, kind of putting a little strain on it. And then you got guys not really, they just doing everything they can to hold on to that strap. They want minimal risk and the most reward when it comes to fighting, man. And that's what boxing is becoming. I blame Floyd for that, man, because and again, that's on the tail end of his career. I still feel like, man, that's what he was supposed to do, you know? Because
that's what he's supposed to do, man. Break barriers, man. Break barriers. Set the bar.
Yeah, and the people forget when Floyd was 135. I don't really think I seen another 135 as good as that, except for maybe Haney. You know what I mean? Haney really got them goods like that. But yeah, man, these guys are really looking good, man. I just want to see them fight each other, man. That's it. I just want to see them fight each other so I can be like, yes, this guy is the man. You know what I mean? He is the man for real. You can't take nothing away from this guy. He fought everybody when he was supposed to, and look at him. He's sitting on top.
For sure, man. Hey, I know. I appreciate you stopping in, my brother. You know, and you know, salute to you stepping in the game. You know, actually being a professional fighter out there. You know, in this sport, man. And you know, you said some good points. We don't know what's going to happen with boxing. You know, MMA is on their heels in a lot of ways when it comes to viewership. I know a lot of boxing fans during this pandemic has tuned in to freaking mixed martial arts, you know, because they've been having some damn good fights. But that fight last night was on fire. I ain't gonna lie, you know, from the opening bout, Jahad Tucker, and what he was able to do, man, it was on fire, man.
I was impressed. I was like, he's 17. Goodness.
Yeah, that dude got signed as an amateur. He was signed as an amateur to professional without one professional fight. Jackal Fitness, my boy Shalon, you know, linked him up with Mike Prince. You know, he ended up being flown out to your way. I don't know if you know it. He was flew out to Texas to train out there with Shakur Stevenson and all them guys out there in Texas. Josh Greer, I think, is out there now. And they signed him up, man.
Shout out to the Prince family, man. They've been in the sport for a long time. When I go to big fights out here in Houston, man, it's all love and respect, man. Them guys are really taking. When we say you not finna come over here and mess around with they fighters, like as far as robberies and you know what I'm saying, backhanded, ended, dirty stuff in the fight, man. It's not happening over there, man. And I commend those guys for that, man, because they taking up some real good talent, and they doing the best for those guys, man. And that's what I like to see, man. Fighters getting taken care of and looked out for, especially the ones with the goods for real, you know?
For sure. Hey, man, appreciate you on for stopping in, my brother.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
You always welcome, man. Salute. Be safe out there, man. And once again, I ain't get a chance to tell you, but congrats on your newborn, man, your family.
Thank you.
My Hey, apologize for that. My people, shoot, some boxing stuff. Some boxing stuff. Well, of course, from last night, and then try to set up some interviews post fight with some names. Yeah, it never stops, but I apologize. But I'm the one that got to make the phone calls and everything to try to get these interviews with some fighters that was on the card last night. So I definitely got to take the phone call, even if I'm on live and everything. But this is what I want to do. I want to post some of the pics that's up here. From yesterday. I want y'all to take a look at it. Both fighters was touched, and you can see by the punishment that was delegated in the later rounds. Teofimo did take some punishment, but also he delegated some punishment also to Vasiliy Lomachenko. Look at that uppercut, man. Them boys was getting it in. Man. I'm so happy for Team Teofimo Lopez, a father-son tandem, his mother, his wife. I'm happy for this team. Real talk. I'm very happy for this team. Here go another one. Teofimo, emotional. This dude is emotional. That look right there, people. That look right there is saying everything. The hard work and dedication. It is saying everything right there, man. He's letting it out. He's like, damn, the sacrifice in the gym. Everything I worked for, man. Hands up in the air, celebrating and victoriously. His father, Lopez Sr, is about to pick him up, and show that love and appreciation. Man, that shit's hard work, man. Look at this. The whole team, man. Look at all those straps. Let's just sit back and watch. Look at all those straps, people. Damn. That shit's history. Look at all those straps, bro. Look at all those straps. Man. Yeah, David McWhorter, all those people. Of course, Teofimo Lopez, man, with the patented backflip in celebration. Perfect picture. Shout out to Michael Williams, Top Rank. I gotta give him some love, man, and picture credit. I definitely got to give him some love and show the picture credit. Look at this picture right here. The strap, man, unified, undisputed at lightweight. Of course, I'm not going to correct my language every time. We know he needs the face for the WB strap, okay? But right then, he has the WBC strap. He has, all the belts, man. That's a beautiful sight right there. That's just a beautiful sight, y'all. That's just a beautiful sight right there. Come on, man. That is a beautiful sight. The WBC, WBA, IBF, and the WBO, man. And the ring that's not in the picture. That's a beautiful sight. Let's get another view of that friendship belt. You know what I'm saying? God damn, brand spanking new, dog. Look at that. Just sit back and admire that shit, man. Damn. Bro, that's not going anywhere, man. That's not going anywhere. Look, when he finally gets up out of the sport and retire, I mean, damn, dog. I can actually say, I covered Teofimo Lopez before he actually reached this level. And to see him get to this point in his legacy, man, it's just amazing. It's just a privilege. Being grateful to be able to cover this guy, seeing him fight. It's unbelievable. I'm not gonna lie. It was unbelievable to have the opportunity to interact with his family. When I did see him go in there and contend in the ring, I need to go in there and release some of the pictures that I got that I have of Teofimo and his girl before they was married in the streets of NYC. I have to go find them. I was waiting for the opportune time to release them, but I need to go find those pictures because I actually followed Teofimo Lopez when I was in NYC all the way back to the weigh-in and everything, man. I followed him and his team, and that wasn't even the same place in Texas. That was in NYC, man. It's just special, man. And seriously, it's special. You know, being able to cover Deontay Wilder, you know, backstage while he was champion. You know, seeing some of these younger cats as champions. You know, Jahad Tucker, being able to interview him, man. Salute to Jahad Tucker. Who is Jahad Tucker? You know, being signed out to amateurs, a special rising prospect right now in the sport of boxing, building up his resume. You know, Charles Conwell in the building. I mean, the list goes on, man. You know what I'm saying? Talking with Badu Jack. But this is Teofimo Lopez's day right here, y'all. That right there, that's Teofimo Lopez's day in celebration. This is unfreaking believable, man. I'm extremely happy, you know, for the team like that. And yes, I have a bit more of closeness to a fighter and family without all the dramatics to it, without all the, you know, you got to do this to get in, you got to do that. Man, people can say what they want about Lopez Sr., but he is absolutely an approachable dude. I spoke to him on several occasions on the spot, and he would talk to you and say the same thing, bro. Salute to you there, Lopez Sr. Salute to you, bro, because you never faltered from the script. You stayed true to your own word, and people didn't like you because you was brash, vociferous, and, you know, they say, oh, he shouldn't be saying what he's saying. Look how it's all materialized. Just take a moment of silence. Just take a moment of silence. That's all I'm saying. Just take a moment of silence. Just take a moment of silence and look at that picture. That's all I'm saying, man. It's special. It's special, man. For real. You have absolutely set a bar in the first division for you to earn a championship belt. The way you've been able to set the bar. It's just life-changing, man. It's epic. It was full of intrigue. He went in there and defeated a active champion, and then went in there and defeated an active unified champion. Forget the franchise belt. He went in there and defeated the top pound for pound active champion in boxing. Yeah, I got love for the Lopez family, man. No kissing ass and all this other shit that people try to say, oh, we the one out here, you know, doing this. Shout out to the veterans out there, man. I can't forget them. Shout out to the veterans. You know, I report on boxing for the veterans too, man. You know, retired vet USMC. Yeah, I got mad respect for the Lopez family. And I'm glad that everybody who sit up here and went for Lomachenko, that's the fighter. I don't hate Lomachenko, but look, respect me for my word. I said Lomachenko was overrated long time. And people want to kick you out of groups and do all this other nonsense. Get mad. I mean, where you at right now, man? Where you at right now? Teofimo Lopez is the top lightweight in the game right now. He is the top lightweight in the game right now. What is the narrative going to be now? Everything they said they wanted to do, they have accomplished in the lightweight division. It comes a point in time when you have to sit back, reflect, and give them they just due for hard work and the moves that they made, especially with Top Rank. Shout out to Milk. Shout out to David McWhorter. Shout out to Joe. Shout out to the entire team, man. I salute y'all for allowing me to cover and have, you know, up close and exclusive over there in Texas. That was the best media experience I ever had while I've been out there in the field. The best. No one can take that. If you ain't never, I'm talking about me solo with a camera and doing all the editing and shit like that on my own, no assistant, no nothing. It will always touch me to my heart, man. I was able to have that moment with Team Lopez before he actually reached this pinnacle right here. It will always sit good with me. Always. It will always sit good with me being able to visit the legend Roy Jones Jr. in his stable. It will always sit good, you know, having the opportunity to cover Deontay Wilder while he was active as a champion, you know, amongst the greats who ever do it. Of course, people. It's levels to this media biz. Like, it's online, it's the field, all that. But I'm not in nobody's way. I'm just saying, for me, I was able to cover Teofimo Lopez and see how his family really was. And I will always support Teo. Always. Always. People need to understand one thing. What I was able to do with Teofimo Lopez was before he became champion. So it's no freaking bandwagon riding. It's no freaking dick riding as these new millennials like to use so wholesome. Because I really don't know why guys don't say, you know, you want to go over here and suck on a female tit. You know what I'm saying? Say some shit like that. But in this common day, people always want to use those beta type demasculizing terms, because I say, damn, if you mention dick all the time, you must have one in your jawbone. Well, you don't think about a woman, a female, God's gifted creation. I mean, what's going on with y'all dudes? Every time a person want to support a fighter, nah, it's called support. So you can't, you know, no one can say that I hopped on the TO train because he's unified. I was there before he did it. I was there before he did it. You know what I'm saying? Before he became champion. That's the special part about it. That's where you can shut down the haters and naysayers and say, oh, you just started supporting Teofimo Lopez since he became champion. No, I put in hours of groundwork, you know, and I'm 50. I just sit back, man, and just admire this shit. Damn. It's a special moment. I ain't gonna lie. It's a special moment. I have to sit here and just reflect on Teofimo with all those belts he got, man, and how happy his wife, his dad is, his mother, and his team, how happy they are to be able to not only do it once, but twice, defeating a top pound for pound guy. That's an amazing trifecta right there. That is absolutely amazing, y'all. Man, if y'all don't like Teofimo Lopez, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know, man. It's not a Teofimo Lopez versus or against Devin Haney. It's not. Both of those are father-son tandems, man, who have a huge landscape in front of them in boxing. They're going to do great things in the sport. That is the amazing beauty of the relationship those two teams have. It's amazing, man. And it's only a matter of time before Devin Haney gets his shot too. It's only a matter of time, people. And they're going to celebrate. You know what I'm saying? They're going to celebrate. And they're going to rewrite the history books, all of that. That's the way it's supposed to be. My mentality when it comes to competition is that I wouldn't want Teofimo to go in there against a decrepit Lomachenko. And I wouldn't want Lomachenko to go in there against a hurt Teofimo Lopez. Both fighters was 100%. You had individuals who talk a lot of shit, but yet they wouldn't put a dollar bill up there. They wouldn't put $1 on their fighter because they wasn't sure. You had fighters at the last minute aborting a mission with Teofimo Lopez because they played with your mind. Don't you know how smart his father is? They played with your mind to say, okay, I'm not going to look at my highlights. I'm not going to look at Richard Comey fight. I'm going to play these mind games to look like I'm hurting. I'm not mentally there. I'm gonna put that video. I wish my dad would be more of a dad than a trainer. Man, they was playing with y'all. Did you see the video when he stepped in the elevator when I was filming him? Headed to the locker room for his fight with Diego Magdalena. Did you see? You know, he stood at the elevator door to his shut. He said, "Oh, good. I have to." He took down the persona, y'all. He was around his family right now. He was chilling, but in front of the crowd, he holds that energy with him. That's what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to present that energy. But did you see when the elevator door closed? He said, "Oh, good. That's over with. Now I can be, you know." I get it, bro. I'm happy. I'm happy just like they happy, man. I can be happy from afar the same way. I mean, yeah, it would be awesome to be a part of the celebration or whatever, but I wasn't able to do it in this lifetime. But what I can say, comparable to my catalog and my experience with Teofimo Lopez, absolutely amazing. It was an amazing experience. And I have to thank Milk, who's an advisor on Team Lopez. I have to give him his credit and thanks, man. You know, you can't say all black people don't stick to their word and all that. You don't, because I'm communicating with this cat. He's in boxing, and he said, "You show up in Texas, I got you." Let me repeat that. This dude I've been communicating with to cover Teofimo Lopez and all that. He said, "You show up in Texas, I got you." Now, granted, y'all, I live 12 hours from Texas. 12 hours. And Milk, if you're listening, I truly appreciate what you did for me and allowed me to be a part of a grand experience. And I'm older than Milk, but he didn't have to tell me anything about what I'm supposed to do. None of that shit. It was boom, boom, boom. I know what I'm supposed to do. He said, "You come to Texas, man, you good. I got you." I show up to Texas and it's on and popping. It ain't no, you know, I need some money for this. Meet me over here. I need for you to pay for this. You know, like you got to freaking go through the damn scullery and wash some dishes before you can come out on the floor and work the line. I'm a grown ass freaking man. He treated me with dignity, man. And he allowed me into a space that now I can reflect upon in Teofimo Lopez. And I had the opportunity to eat lunch twice with David McWater, who was standing next to T.O. in the ring. This man, I still have his contact from that day. I'm the only one he did an interview with during the pandemic. Man, y'all don't know how special that is, man. Y'all don't know how special that was. He talking to him on the phone and, you know, him doing an interview with me during the pandemic. Salute to you, David McWater. Congrats to your champion. He has over 50 fighters, man. He has so many fighters that signed to him. And split team management is unbelievable. But I had to sit back and just take a moment, man. You know, if it wouldn't have been the pandemic, I definitely would have been at this fight with Teofimo Lopez. I'm not saying covering him per se like I did, but I would have been there to support him. And I don't know if y'all saw the part where Teofimo Lopez gave me a shout out. You know, we was at the MGM Grand. This is before all this right here, dog. Carrying on the conversation, you know, being at Floyd Mayweather's fight card, seeing him and Devin Haney, you know, they have their little back and forth on who did what to who in sparring. To be there, I actually have it on footage when, you know, Teofimo Lopez and Devin Haney came together and met on the floor in Floyd Mayweather's fight card. That was Thursday on fight week. Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez will absolutely have history with one another before their career is all over. They might have one of the most stellar boxing rivalries, potentially rivalries in the sport of boxing between these two. Potentially. Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez may potentially have one of the biggest rivalries. They may potentially compete against each other in multiple weight divisions before it's all said and done, people. They may indeed link up like that. And that's going to be so good for boxing. That's going to be so good, man. I ain't gonna lie, it makes me grin a lot thinking about that time. You know, that was a crazy freaking week, man. Oh my goodness. I had to walk, I had the opportunity to walk out a ring walk on a televised card with Teofimo Lopez, man, and his team. And some of that I had to make happen myself. When you're media, you got to recon. You can't just wait for people to say yes or no. You got to put yourselves in a position to say, okay, I'm going to do this. Shout out to Marcus Watson. Man, you know what it is. You know what it is. Shout out to Sam Watson's son. He got 2 sons, Marcus and Brandon. Shout out to Marcus, man. He looked out for me over there in Texas too. First time meeting the guy. Shout out to Marcus, man. I had his number for the longest of time, man. I appreciate what you did. Professionalism, bro. I appreciate you. Real talk. I appreciate you, man. It's some good people in boxing. Seriously. Don't sit up here and listen to people say, black fighters don't do this, black teams don't support other black media and all that. Don't listen to that shit, man. Because some of it's true and some of it isn't. A lot of it isn't. Don't make it a black and white thing, because there's a lot of people, that's white, Mexican, that's did for me. I've been all around the world. I was freaking couriering messages to the Pentagon. I had an important, intricate role when I was in the military. I basically spoke on the top level against people that has prominent positions in real world situations. So this right here, is open-ended civilian pop. But what I did in the military absolutely changed the way I look at some of this on here in social media. So I'm grateful to be able to be out the military and be able to have covered some of the greatest fighters in this sport, man, at my age. Because when it all said and done, let's be honest, 10 years from now, I probably won't be out here as much as I am. Shit, motherfucker, be 60, goddamn, 15 years from there. I'll be 65. I'll be back there like, when did I make that video right there? Oh shit. When did I do that? When did I do this? I'm telling you, man. It's a special moment, man. I like what he said. I had to dig deep, man. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. I say the same thing. I had to dig deep. I'm thankful. I'm grateful. That shit is crazy, bro. Let me get to some of these. D-How just say we were all wrong. I thought Loma would win the decision. I never thought Loma was winning. I stuck to my thing. The only thing I was wrong about, the 7th-round knockout. I did not have Lomachenko defeating Teofimo Lopez. It was so many people saying Lomachenko was going to whoop Teofimo Lopez. He was going to goddamn walk over him. No, I never once sit up here and jump from side to side and side to side about this. I basically said what I said. Lion Killer Podcast, what's good, man? Didn't see you in the building. Salute to you. Velocity said, facts, don't be like those individuals who's capped and talk about one fighter. Hey, that's all I'm saying, man. I'm not like, I don't put a lot of attention into it. I understand you're going to have adults that's still stuck in a juvenile state, undeveloped maturity-wise. I get where that's coming from, Velocity. I mean, you're going to have very embryonic type people who basically, when it comes to making mature decisions in respecting people in the dialogue, it's never going to happen. They're just not those individuals. I look at it like this. I appreciate the military for teaching me certain things, because the attitude I had before I stepped in there, it was bad. It was from the city, and it's a lot of stuff I got into before I went into the military. But out here, It is certain situations I digress from and I just let play out because I don't react. Go to combat first, real combat. And some of these people mentality be a little different. They'd be like, oh, I understand why he just chills sometime and let motherfuckers rah, rah, rah. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, once again, for me, boxing media, man, this is such a special moment, man. There, it's going to be some haters out there. I don't care, man. I had the opportunity to cover this guy twice behind the scenes, twice in 2 different locations. I had the opportunity to chop it up with T.O. when it wasn't a crowd. T.O. was just by himself, man. We was chopping it up at the MGM Grand in Vegas, man, talking to his dad and shit. Man, cool cat, man. I am so happy he won. I was absolutely on the side of Teofimo Lopez yesterday. And he absolutely shut down Lomachenko. What is the narrative going to be today? What's the narrative going to be? You just can't get on the mic and say, oh, he's just going to go in there and whoop. You know, Teofimo Lopez had trouble with Nakatani. No, the fact is that he made changes and he completed the fight and got the dub, right? He won. You have to look at it in that perspective. Y'all need to stop putting one fighter and downgrading another off one fight in their career. Nakatani was tall, rangy. He was ranked above, he was ranked above Nakatani. I mean, T.O. What more do you want? Just because a lot of U.S. people don't know who Nakatani was, wasn't he undefeated? Nakatani took some punishment in that fight, man. And from what Lopez Sr. said, he received brain damage. That's what he said on my live when I interviewed him. Brain damage. Seriously. This boxing shit is no joke. You get people over here talking about, this particular fighter is not going to win any other fight because of Nakatani. Well, guess what? Nakatani ain't in the picture no more. It's Vasiliy Lomachenko. Let's talk about Chinko. He defeated top pound for pound fighter, y'all. Top pound for pound fighter. Let's talk about Lomachenko. Don't come up here talking that bullshit about Nakatani anymore. You sound stupid, man. Nobody ain't talking about Nakatani. We're talking about freaking Lomachenko. What next? Look at these belts, man. And my boy T.O. got. Look at the belts. Look at the freaking belts, people. This dude is 23 years old. You want to talk about history? This dude has made history in the lightweight division. I'm not wavering from my franchise chip title. Of course, I'm not wavering from it. But right now, I have to sit here and give him his respect and his team, David Millwater, all them cats, for moving T.O. in the right direction and getting him to this point, man. Yeah, I collected, but I still got a bet out there. And, hey, I'm not worried about it, man. Bro, you need to come off that money, bro. I told you, and I even look. I show compassion to people who's making ill-advised mistakes. Sometimes their mouth just run too much. I say, are you sure? Are you sure? And they was like, oh, okay, you start off with this, and then they keep increasing and all that because they know it's no way that Teofimo can beat Lomachenko. It's no way. And you bet all that money. It's locked in. And I can't get a hold of you last night. Man, you better pick up the phone and give me my money, dog. Dog, give me my money, man. Stop playing. Grand combatant. Disappointed fans that's not Loma, the one we know. As much as I don't like to say this, I would wish the fans would keep it the same way. The fans need to be the same way they were last night before the fight happened. If you had Lomachenko, boom, where are you right now? What's going on? Why are you not out here talking about this fight. I don't want to hear no excuses, nothing. I don't have no excuses. I was going for Deontay Wilder when he fought Fury. Guess what? He lost. I didn't go nowhere. I kept the same energy. People was happy because I was supporting Deontay Wilder and he went in there and lost to Tyson Fury. Okay, it happens in life. It happens. But what about last night? What about last night, man? Did y'all see this too? Let me put this up here too. Let me show you this too. And I'm only putting this up here because I do much more in boxing on a genuine level than talk behind the microphone. I'm just being honest with you, man. Let me see. Okay, I know where I gotta go. I know where I have to go. This was Jahai Tucker's trunks last night that he fought on Top Rank. And you know, he has the sponsors. Look at this guy's trunks. He only has 3 sponsors on there. Jackal Fitness, AWD, you know, I believe that's Huntington, Discover the Difference, Huntington, sponsorship in NYC, where he's at right now, World Combat Sports. And the whole point of me putting this up, shout out to Jackal Fitness, always solid brothers, was the fact that people want to wait till these boxers get ahead in their life before they support them. I don't put out here what I do. I don't. And you know what? I don't sit up here in the channels I make donations to. I don't sit up here and put them out there all the time to say I'm doing. They have better numbers. Okay, cool. Numbers is numbers, man. But when it comes to supporting these fighters, what have you done for the fighters? Your words is only so much if you ain't doing anything outside of that. Are you going to show up to a fight? Are you going to support them and sponsor them at one point in time just to show love? You know, like, really? I don't care if a fighter got millions. I don't. I'm going to still treat them with respect and show them love. If if I'm the one to support them, cool. Some fighters don't want your support, but some do. I'm just saying. I'm not sitting up here just lying and talking, man. I really love covering combat sports. I do. Once again, man, I got to put this picture up here. Look at that franchise belt, man. Look at that franchise belt. Damn. Look at that franchise belt, yo. Look at the swollen eyes of Teofimo Lopez being in the heat of battle with the top pound for pound. Look, a top pound for pound boxer in the world. In the world. Top 2 pound for pound behind Canelo Alvarez. Top 2, y'all. It's no excuses that anyone can give as to why he was shut down in the first 6 rounds. He is high tech. He is the Matrix. He is everything that y'all say he was. This dude was stifled the first half of the fight. Stifled. It wasn't a one in a round. Lomachenko has better footwork. T.O.'s not going to know what to do. Guess what? Did y'all see what I seen? Don't run now, man. You know what? Loma gave 1 to 4 rounds away for free. He gave more than 4 rounds, that combatant. He gave more than 4 rounds. He gave more than 4 rounds, people. My boy T.O., man. Congrats to you, boy. Congrats. I'm just having a moment. I'm just sitting here chilling. You know what I'm saying? I'm just sitting here chilling, you know, wishing them all the best, man. Because if I was them, they probably didn't get no sleep last night. And you know what? I want to appreciate you, Senior, in that moment responding to my text, man. Lopez Sr. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. That's why I say this shit extends way far than this screen right here. I appreciate you, Senior, for being a real one. Not only did he respond, he responded before the walkout. Thank you for being a stand-up dude and respectful, my brother. You feel me? I appreciate that. Damn. This is a good day. This is a good Sunday. I ain't gonna lie. It's a good Sunday, y'all. This is a good Sunday. And I got something else. Listen. I got something else coming up for y'all. Of course, you know, I know people are saying, like, people always say, you know, here and there, they'll drop some criticism about my channel and all that, about, you know, it not doing hundreds and all this other stuff at the same time. For whatever reason it is, it's all good. Look, this channel is off what I built. It's trademark World Combat Sports. Just a little brief. World Combat Sports is trademarked and raised by me and me alone, not off the back of anybody else's name. I raised this up from when 0 people used to tune in. 0 people, y'all. 0. I do it because I like it. I'd rather engage with the people that's chilling up here in the live chat. It's not up to me to do an investigation. It's all good. But I got some good shit coming up this month. In boxing. Another one. What DJ Khaled say? Another one. I have an epic boxing jewel that's come. No, 2. Matter of fact, 2 or 3. I'm doing all these phone calls on my own, man. I appreciate everyone who's supporting the channel. Man, it's not anything braggadocious, but you know what? Sometimes you just have to let people know the hard work you're putting in behind the scenes outside of this shit right here. You know what I'm saying? Outside of this right here. You got to get in. You got to do foot traffic. You got to do footwork. Shout out to Joshua Greer Jr., man. Another dude I respect the shit out of. Joshua Greer Jr., man, respect to you over there in Texas. Get that work in. Shout out to Shakur Stevenson, your granddad, man. Shout out to them. Real talk. Salute to you. I got some jewels coming up, people. I got some jewels coming up. Wait. I ain't just doing this. Look, it don't even have nothing to do with this. I'm not doing it for no freaking. I don't sit up here and say, you know, hit the freaking super chat. Drop me a super chat. Y'all drop a super chat. Refresh the super chat. You know, hit the like button, man. If it happens, it happens, dog. But I got some jewels coming up for the supporters. Seriously. And you know what? The regular ones that drop through on World Combat Sports that I know all of them. It's so limited right now. I'm gonna look out for y'all. Watch. Remember, I said this. I got something for y'all. Watch. That's gonna benefit y'all. Watch. I know verbatim the real ones that stop over here all the time and show support. I don't even have to write that shit on paper. I know when they pull up. I know if I'm away and I pull up and I do a live or whatever, the same people who drop through got something special for you. For real. I'm going to give back to those who support me. Watch. Mark my word, man. But I got some good shit coming up this month. And I'm hoping, man, to lock in. I'm working on it right now. I'm trying to lock in an interview with someone who's not easy to get an interview with on my level. I consider myself small time, you know, new media, small time, whatever. But I'm hoping to lock in an interview with this cat. And it's gonna be something special. I'm curious to know what the conversation is gonna be like, man. This is a wild boy, man. I'm serious. And plus, I'm waiting on another champion. Hopefully, I can get them on this week. 2, matter of fact, active champions. I hope to get them on. So talk to you supporters out here. So give you some some boxing media and everything to make it fun. And of course, I'm gonna try to get the Lopez's on here. I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to get Teofimo on here. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? The higher you go, they're gonna be trying to access Teofimo all over the place with media. But I'm good with talking to his pops. I ain't gonna lie, I'm good with talking with Senior. We in the same age group. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind talking to Senior, man, than Tio. Tio is on a big deal. It's gonna be so many people, ESPN, all of them, they're gonna be goddamn pulling him from left to right, man. Come talk to us, man. Talk about the fight. Talk about what it felt like to go in there and win those unified titles and be able to post all them titles when you get back to your place, man. Post them on the bed, just lay over there talking about, I did it. I did it. I did it, y'all. The smile on your dad's face, seeing all those belts. Man, come on, bro. Y'all need to understand where I'm coming from with this. Do you know what they got going on right now? Do you know all those belts? Dog, those are the big time championship straps that's around his waist. You know the others who have did that shit before? Whew. Man, they make you think. You like, God damn, dog. But people, we have some fights coming up, and I don't want to be hasting and making a decision or whatever on what's going to happen, but I'm trying to make some shit happen with this Errol Spence and Danny Garcia fight, and Gervonta Davis and Leo Santa Cruz fight. So I'm really trying to see, and like you saw in the TO, I always try to give the supporters an exclusive behind the scene, going live on scene, and give you the little story exclusive behind the scenes, man. Once again, if you hear the people out here talking about numbers and stuff, it goes way past numbers, y'all. Understand that. It just deals with hard work and being passionate about what you do. Combatant, I think Grand Combatant, I think you was going for Lomachenko last night, right? I think you was going for Lomachenko. It doesn't matter. It's just, I appreciate you dropping back through the live chat if you was indeed going for Lomachenko and not just abandon the mission without dropping through. You know what I'm saying? Got people hitting me back. I'm waiting, for the guy. Hey, bro, if you're listening, you need to pay up, bro. You need to pay up, because I know if I would have lost that bet, you would have definitely been hitting me up. But you need to pay up, man. Everybody else done paid up. Everybody else are paid up. Shout out to In the Ring with Christine, man, for dropping through on the interview yesterday. Much love to her, man. Respect. USA boxing coach, has her own gym in Texas. Man, hardworking, cut woman in the sport of boxing and trainer. Holds the mitts. She has sons who box also. Man, good person. Always would take time out for an interview. Salute to you. I appreciate it. Street of Twin Promotions, thank you for stopping through once again. They deal with PBC behind the scenes and everything. They're actually promoters, very educated women in the corporate business side of it. But yeah, shout out to Christine, man. But you know what it is, man. I gotta go. I gotta take care of this business. I gotta do some search and rescue on some shit. But stay tuned, man. I got some jewels that's coming down. Real talk. I think you're gonna like it. I gotta put the montage together. But really, I hope everything work out to the point where I can get back with y'all. I'm telling you, I got some hot, man. I'm telling you, it goes far beyond this shit right here, dog. 2020 is on its way out. It's October 18th today. We don't have that much time, so I'm trying to close out this year with a lot of boxing energy, get you some media, some ice drops, as I call them. But I have to wait for everything to come together. So, Teofimo Lopez, man, once again, him and his family, I'm definitely going to try to have them on. Just give me a little bit of time. Everybody else, man, they're going to be all over the place. If Teofimo, if I'm able to get him on, cool. I'll definitely get his father on and some of his team members. We'll see how it work out. But I'm definitely looking forward to doing that shit, man, and talking to the lightweight unified champion, Teofimo Lopez. Don't say I just jumped on today. My boy did it. My boy went in there and shut down Lomachenko. He took some punishment on the backside, but dude, he shut down Lomachenko in the first half of the fight. I'm happy as shit for them, man. I'm happy. Real talk. I'm happy. Now what? Where all them Lomachenko fans at? Where you at, dog? Let me see who over here on the Facebook side before I get up out of here. Michael Lewis, appreciate you. Said P. Scott knew Lopez would win for real. Some guy named Kelly or whatever say he's not undisputed. Devin Haney is still super champion. Loma has made franchise. I don't know what that has to do with my narrative, but you kind of retreading what a lot of people already know, including myself. Try looking at some of my other lives. Okay, I haven't faltered from that. I'm just going with the language of him being undisputed because he does have a WBC title. But also you have to look back at my other lives where I said Teofimo Lopez, my boy, who I was critical, I said he has to face the WBC champion. So I understand, I respect what you, but that's retreaded information. This not a Devin Haney freaking live, but I do hope to see Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez fight. I want to see them fight. You know what I'm saying? But to get on here and keep on saying that it's not this, it's not that. That shit is recyclable aluminum foil, dog. It's only hot for the moment. Then, you throw it in the trash. You know what I'm saying? We need to wait and see if we're going to get that fight in 2021. We're not going to get another fight out of Lopez in 2020. So that fight is not going down to next year. That's what we need to know. So, all the what's not a belt and what is a belt, we understand it. We get it. I know he's still this title holder. Blame Mauricio Suleiman. Don't jump on here and tell me shit that I already know. I already know that. I've said it in my other lives. I already said it before that he needs to face Devin Haney. He needs to. Well, he should. He should face Devin Haney. Do what's right. He should. Well, whether if he chooses and if he wants to face Devin Haney is a different freaking decision, because boxing is a business. So either one, he's going to go where the money is going to be much more plentiful for him and his family. And believe me, them Lopez's, for him to negotiate that fight against his daddy's wishes and take it from 1.2 to 2 mil, man, believe me, you think he ain't all about the business? Please. You can't sit up here and say Floyd Mayweather made all this money because he was letting other people do the talking for him. No, you have to stand on your square and earn that. You have to take a stand and say, no, I want more money. He almost blew this Lomachenko fight negotiating for more money. Yes, he did. He almost blew it. But not only did he negotiate up to 2 million when people were saying he was ducking, which is absolutely absurd, preposterous, and stupidity at its best. It just shows the individuals that say, okay, well, he was ducking because he was negotiating. That means your state of boxing knowledge is on the level of elementary adolescent because you're not studying the sport enough to say, he was ducking. You need to do better. Not only did you lose on understanding that he negotiated better for him and his family, but also you probably don't understand that he actually won last night fair and square. There's no excuses to be made. It's no freaking excuses. This was the perfect storm, people. Teofimo Lopez's winning last night was a perfect storm. It's absolutely no one. They're not even going to talk about it. They're not even going to bring up Lopez's name. They mad. What they dad say? He's scared. He's scared. He don't want to face my son. He's scared. They scared, y'all. He shook. Every time I talk to his father, he says the same. He's scared. They don't want to face my son. He's scared. Now, we know these boxers are not scared, but to hear him say it, he is stuck to the same script. He's scared. You can't sit up here and say Lopez's father is capping when they are the unified lightweight champions, dog, at 23 years old. 23 years old, y'all. But you know who can make a difference, and you know who also can make history if everything works out for him? Devin Haney. Devin Haney is 21 years old, y'all. I'm just saying. If the fight happens, it happens. Sharif Ali in the building. Salute to you, man. It's been a minute. What's good? What's good? Haney versus Teo, man. Let's see if the fight can happen in 2021. I'm definitely not going to be on here every day talking about it. For sure, I'm not. Devin Haney has a fight coming up with Gamboa, which I see him winning. I do believe with the unification going on at 140, it's really not a rush for Teofimo Lopez to absquatulate outside of the 35 division and go to 40. He has enough time at 35 to make this big fight. Listen, this will be epic for both parties in Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez. Epic. This is why. Right now, Teofimo Lopez has basically solidified a solid foundation to his boxing legacy, right? Last night, he solidified. He's unified in this first division for him to ever pick up a championship, right? Look at Devin Haney. Devin Haney can get that same momentum as being the WBC champion. And if he's able to go out here and defeat Teofimo, he picks up the belts. And also, he would have did it in earlier fashion than Teofimo Lopez. So there's a quadrant of legacy in both sides of the field. If Teofimo Lopez defeats Devin Haney and picks up that strap, man, what is left? What the fuck is left? If Teofimo defeats Devin Haney at 35 and moves up to 40, man, it's going to be unbelievable. If Devin Haney goes ahead and defeat and pick up the straps from Teofimo, it's going to be unbelievable. Both of these guys would have did something that would forever resonate in their boxing career. It would be freaking unbelievable, y'all. I'm telling you. Both of them have the opportunity to build on something that will basically solidify their career at such an early stage. You know what I'm saying? It will solidify their career. We're talking about two people that's the ground floor, Devin Haney and Teo, clashing at the 35 in a big fight. It will be PPV. It absolutely will be PPV. And people will tune in to see it. And it will be for all the marbles if that's the case. Period. Hey, Rapstar, I just told you what was good. Rapstar, what's good, man? I don't know what's going on, but P. Scott, I knew Lopez would win. Yeah, I'm happy for Lopez. He's been slept on, but it's hard for them haters to deny him now. It's hard. It's hard out here to be a Lopez. It's hard out here to be a Lopez right now. Serious. That Crawford territory is too soon yet at 140, I believe, for him. That Crawford territory is too soon yet at 140. I'm not sure what you mean. The Crawford territory, you mean him fighting for a unified position at 140? Hey, I basically was saying your name, Rap Star, but you didn't say anything, bro. Lewis said, I think you're right. Haney versus Lopez is inevitable as long as the politics are kept in check. No matter who wins, it's a good for the sport. Hey, I agree with you. I agree with you. Haney and Lopez is epic. But you know what can't happen? You ain't going to hear the narrative. And those of you that really want to even think about this, don't even show up on my channel. If you want to build up Haney and say, oh, Lopez, that was a fluke. He really didn't do anything. You don't have any other choice but to elevate Lopez. When it comes to talking about Haney, you can't sit up here and talk about, Haney that much better than Lopez. And it's because Lomachenko didn't fight. He went in there with the best and he took punishment in the back end of the fight. You know what I'm saying? Period. Right now, Teofimo Lopez got the juice. Right now, he has the juice. And what he needs to do and what he's going to do, I don't know, people. It's so early in the celebration stages, post-fight. I don't know if he's going to come out here and say, you know what? We don't owe them nothing. We're going to 140. And the Haney's going to have to deal with it. They're going to have to find another way to pick up those belts. But when you hardcore boxing fans, you don't sit up here and say, okay, I'm a fan of the fighter, but not a fan of the sport. So if I support a fighter, I'm going to dog out every other opposition. You can't dog out Teofimo Lopez, man. He did it the right way. Devin Haney is not the #1 lightweight in the division. He absolutely is not. He is not the #1 lightweight in the division. Now, if he wants to fight the #1 lightweight in the division, that's a whole nother story I'm willing to support. Let's get it. I'm willing to support that. Let's get it. I want to see the fight, but look, I can sit here and talk about it all day long, but I'm not going to talk about it every day because it's not going to happen anytime soon. It's going to happen in 2021, but I'd definitely like to see the fight. Hype to beat, salute to you. He said Teofimo beat Loma at his own game. Loma was getting outboxed. Man, it was pretty. As them first rounds went through, I was chilling. I was like, ching, 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 ching. Every round that went by, I was like, ching, ching. You're not going to stop Lopez in the latter half there, Lomachenko. This ain't tortoise and the hare. What the fuck were you thinking? You just going to sit up here and conserve all that old man energy and that wear and tear on your body from the amateurs? And when you was promised a freaking title shot before you was even professional, you came over here, you couldn't get it done against Alito, but yet you was able to defeat Gary Russell for the vacant title to start this glorious climb up the ladder of notoriety. Listen, poor game plan. You should have just started boxing out the gate, and you never know what could have happened unless you were scared of getting knocked the fuck out. Seriously, if Lomachenko, he probably was scared to not have enough on the back end of the fight to get knocked out. So he gave away rounds thinking that he can close out Teo in the back end of the fight. Dumb. It wasn't smart at all, man. You should have just came out the gate and gave him the business, pressuring, tired out Teofimo, all that shit. And maybe you would have had a different result. Lewis, that match reminds me of shit from the early and mid 80s when the best fought each other in their prime. Absolutely, man. That's what I'm talking about. With me, I don't sit up here and take sides and support and show favor to the fighter, and then dog, like I don't have more love for the sport. I don't do that shit, dog. That's why you got to stand in your square for what you believe as true media. Everybody say they the best at this, the best at that when it comes to this media shit. But when you crack your mouth open and you don't understand what the best fighting the best, just like Lewis just said, the best was fighting the best, man. We remember the Pernell Whitaker fight. That man right there, man, unfortunately, damn, he had two of the biggest fights in boxing. Damn. And to get hit by a car like that, it just took me back. Like the best fighting the best and get robbed the way he did, and then get robbed of, living out the rest of his life by a car accident. Man, rest in peace to Sweet Pea, man, for real. People need to stop calling Teofimo just a power puncher. That kid can outbox anyone. He has elite boxing skills. A height. Also, they were saying he was flat-footed, and Lomachenko was going to run circles around him. You know what I'm saying? They were saying he was flat-footed, and Lomachenko was just going to dance around. And what happened when Lomachenko tried to pivot and and switch up, to his right and do that magical shit? It was right on cue because Teo met him. They moved together in unison. He said, "Oh shit, I was expecting Teo to be here so I can goddamn, touch him up a little bit, but he's not here. He's over there. He's over there. I want him right here though, but he's over there." The potential matchup if Haney versus Lopez, that is, I think if it happens, it could change the tone of how the sport is being promoted and fights being set up. I hope. And that's a good point there, Lewis. I hope, man. Sharif Ali said, let's keep it real. Those body shots had him apprehensive on getting close on Teo. Yeah, but he tried though, Sharif. Sharif, he tried, man. He tried. What's good, Rap Star? Man, what you doing, Rap Star? You keep coming on and jumping off, bro. Hey, that's a good point there, Sharif. That's a good point. And also, what Lewis just said. I need to read that again, man. The potential matchup if Haney versus Lopez. I think if it happens, it could change the tone of how the sport is promoted and the fights being set up. If Haney Lopez happens and you don't respect Lopez for even considering to homestay here at 135, make this weight again. Don't step back into the ring unless it's against Haney, right? At 35. So now Haney has a fight the 7th of November. He goes in there and disperses Gamboa. I don't give a fuck how it goes down. You know what I'm saying? He gets the dub. He gets the win. I don't care how Haney gets it done. He gets the win on Gamboa. Lopez should not have a fight from now until if he's to fight Haney so they can link up together, get this promo started, have a partial live gate, make it PPV, and both of these cats make the most money they ever made in their boxing career. They make the most money they ever made in their boxing career. Listen, at 35. Now, both of these fighters will probably end their career at potentially junior middleweight. Junior middleweight or middleweight. Yes, Haney and Lopez, absolutely. But to do it right now at 35, one of the hottest divisions outside of 54 when it comes to the depth, all right? 35 right now, 2021. Devin Haney, the ball's in his court. The ball is in his court to go over there and defeat Gamboa. And then whatever happens after that, we will know sooner or later, a week or two from now. When everything settles down, if we're going to indeed see Devin Haney, who has been around the best, who has continued to be around the best, considered one of the top names in boxing, you know, around the tutelage of Floyd Mayweather, to hear him and Teofimo Lopez name, that is good for the sport. I'm telling you, that is good for the motherfucking sport, dog. I don't want to hear no black shit, this and all that other bullshit. Dog, I'm talking about boxing. Teofimo Lopez, Devin Haney. That's what be good for the 35 pound. That shit would do grand numbers in PPV. Grand numbers. It would supersede Charlo and Jason Rosario easily. It would supersede Gervonta Davis and Leo Santa Cruz, and the fight hadn't even happened yet. You know what I'm saying? It will absolutely do grand numbers. Why? Because you have now established, certified, official Teofimo Lopez as the unified, undisputed lightweight champion per se. And then you have Devin Haney, who has the last strap. What's good?
Man, I just want to put some respect on your name, bro. So I just got to let people know, man, when World Combat bets, he don't play around, man. He means what he says. And you were the 5% of the YouTube and the social media going with Teofimo Lopez. It was about 5 to 7%. I'm around the game now. I just want to let people know that a lot of people are going to ride with Teofimo Lopez today and say that they were in the bandwagon.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm just going to, I like to keep it real. You know, I'm a real one. And I know most of the podcasts on YouTube now, and they weren't going for him. So respect to you, man, because you really did stick with him, bro.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. And same to you, man. You know, they can't say I'm a TO bandwagon rider because I was with him early last year. But I got to give you your respect too, Rap Star. I've seen you on, man, I don't know how many people's freaking damn channels, man. You've been all over the place trying to collect bets, dog. Unfortunately, you came out on the other end. You was going for Lomachenko, dog.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, I like to make it a bit exciting. It was such an exciting night. I had 3-4 friends yesterday. We were playing poker. You know, it was exciting to just be in the fight with a little bit of money on it. So I wanted to make it. But I already told everyone my heart was with Lopez, man. But I just didn't think he could put the 6 rounds in his bag like that. I've watched.
What was your thought process when you saw him putting them 6 rounds away? I was saying, God damn, Ching. I was just, the dollar signs was just Ching. You just gonna give us the fight, man? Come on,
I was stopping by to all the places I bet money. I said, your money's good at the moment. I mean,
I remember you saying that.
Yeah, and I gotta be honest though, I didn't think Lomachenko was gonna leave it till the 7th round or the 8th round before he starts stepping up the gas. I'm a big Lomachenko fan. Let's not forget the same energy. We went in this fight knowing Lomachenko's the #1 boy in that weight. We went in this fight knowing how good Lomachenko was, so we can't discredit him now that he's lost to Lopez. You can't just do that.
Correct.
Now. Yeah?
Correct. You can't.
Lomachenko is the guy with the attributes, and he's got such good skill sets, such good amateur pedigree. He just lost to a better fighter yesterday, and we got to admit it. So whoever was a Loma fan, you have to put respect on Lopez's name today.
You do. You have to. I'm not. I mean, I'm not putting respect on his name because it's a TO day. TO day. But you know, I know where you're getting at, man. Respectfully, I understand where you at with it, Rap Star. And he's still a certified, he's still a certified elite fighter in the sport, Lomachenko. He'll probably drop down to 130, face a top name. If he was to go down there and face Shakur Stevenson or one of those top fighters, the top tier names down there 130, he'll still get love. But right now, Tio's win, he did it. No excuses, no fluke, no controversy. He went in there and defeated Lomachenko.
I'm going to be honest, though. I think Lomachenko felt like that he's going to stick with him and then he's going to sink him later on. But
of course, how can you feel that way with the younger lion? What was going in Lomachenko's mind? I think he wanted to conserve his own energy because he didn't want to get knocked out, dog.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say a fighter like him looked like he was a little scared earlier on in the fight, but he was very, very, very wary of Lopez's power. Very wary of that. He gave Lopez more respect than Lopez gave him early in the fight.
Exactly. I agree, man. Sharif said those judges knew they couldn't get Lomo win by decision just because he made it through the match. When the first half of the fight, he was neutralized. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
I gotta tell you, World Combat. I mean, all my boys in England, some of them were Loma supporters, and they're putting a lot of respect on Lopez's name today because you just can't lie to yourself now. Because if you lie to yourself, you're not in the boxing world, right?
Yeah.
And that means you wasn't a Loma supporter then, so you're just capping. So if you respect Loma with that much respect and dignity, you definitely respect Lopez now. You know what I mean?
Definitely, man. You got to respect Lopez, man. You know, these people were scared, just like Lopez Sr. They were scared. They were scared to go for against Lomachenko. They say, no, there's no way he loses. There's no way. And man, so many people lost money yesterday. Oh my God.
Yeah, I thought that Lomachenko would come out 8-4 up if he fought the fight the way I was thinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it went the other way. I watched the fight again. It looks like it was 8-4 or 7-5 Lopez. That's what happened. It went the other way.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gutted. Lomachenko's gutted because you can see the frustration in him, and you can see that he let it slip, and he didn't realize that Lopez could take the deep waters. And when he was trying to hurt him, Lopez was coming back with some shots, and Lomachenko, he held back again. He said, wait there, this guy still got it. And Lomachenko got frustrated by seeing that Lopez can swim, because Lopez can swim and he can box.
Yeah, he did swim, man. He did swim. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of the judges, you know, the judges scored at 116, 112. Look, Julie Leatherman had it 119, 109. She had the largest range out of all judges. And then Steve Weisfeld, he had it 117, 111. So no one can come up here with excuses. Look at the judges' scorecard on this, y'all. 116, 112. We can kind of close that up a little bit. But 119, 109.
I don't believe in the
117, 111.
The 119, 111, I don't believe in that one. I mean, I looked at the fight, and that's
a huge gap.
That's a huge gap. Lomachenko definitely won 4 rounds for me, but you know, Teofimo was still coming forward, so the judges look at things differently sometimes.
Absolutely, they do. You know, absolutely, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, hey, it is what it is, man. You know, at least you were stepping up, making your rounds, man. You know, you was out there hunting. Yeah. You was out there hunting, rap star. You was going from channel to channel trying to look for meat.
Well, everybody's run away today. Whoever was going for Loma, they're not facing everybody. So I got to be a gentleman now, and I got to admit that, you know what, you guys deserve respect. Put credit on Lopez's name. I was already a Lopez fan. I just felt like he didn't have it for Lomachenko. You can't blame me for that, because Lomachenko has always proved me right, and I've won good money with him in the past, you know? So I can't go against my boy. My boy he's put deep pockets in he gave me some stacks before, man. So I just see Lomachenko had a good boxing IQ. I didn't think he would leave it that late, man. And I know when I spoke to you in the 9th round, you were not worried, but you were thinking, wait there, this can go the other way now. And I see that in your show. You saw it. You saw it. We were all still on the 9th and 10th round. We didn't know what could happen. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, it got close, but I still at that point in time was thinking, you know, Teo was ahead in the fight.
Okay.
But you know, when Lomachenko started to turn over the cylinders a little bit and press the gas and put his punches together, I still didn't think it was enough to get him the fight. I wasn't worried about the unofficial scorecards that had it even. They're gonna hype this shit up. I've seen Andre Ward do it. I've seen that shit before. I've seen them put scores up there to make people stay tuned in.
Yeah, and I'm
gonna put that even shit up there. It's even right now. I say, man, whatever. It's not even.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to start calling out other fighters for him. You got to let Lopez enjoy this win.
Exactly, man. Exactly, bro.
Yeah, put respect on his name. Let him relax. His dad deserves a lot of respect. His dad is going to feel like Superman today.
Yep.
You know, he came on your
dad
show.
Felt like Superman before the fight.
Yeah, but nobody believed him but you and a few people. I mean, it was only like 10% of the whole social media going with him. So I'm sure he'll come back and, you know, chop it up with you soon and let us know the in-depth. And, you know, that would be so exciting to see how they're rolling and what they're feeling and what they want to do next, I guess. You know.
Yeah, I hope so, man. I hope I'm able to get that drop. You know, hopefully I'm able to get that drop, man. Real talk.
Well, he got in Disney World now, so you got to wait.
Yeah, man. I think Disney World is shut down, to be honest. They probably somewhere just chilling, you know, eating some freaking lobster, steak and all that. You know what I'm saying?
If the fans would have gone, I'm not going to lie, would you have gone if there was fans at the fight?
Oh, I would have been there. Absolutely. No question about it. I would have been there, man.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would have been there. It was I mean, imagine if this was in 2019. That would have been a packed house, bro.
Oh yeah, it would have been packed, man. Oh my God, it would have been such a fight week leading up to that fight, man. I'm telling you, it would have been awesome.
Yeah, man, it would have been. I mean, it was an amazing night anyway yesterday, dude. It was one of the biggest.
Yeah, man, the fight card was fire, dog. The fight card was fire, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I got to tell you, some of my friends watched it with me, and I'm not gonna lie, he looked like he was possessed. Lopez looked like he was hypnotized in there. Like, if you see the first 5-6 rounds, it was like he wanted to take his head off. And he was just so focused, man, in the first 5-6 rounds. He did not lose any discipline until the 8th round. So
correct.
You got to give that young boy, I mean, he can step up his game again, that means. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah,
I don't want to, you know, he kind of remind me of the look that Jermell Charlo had when he was facing Tony Harrison in the rematch. I'm telling you, man, the look that Jermell Charlo had in his eyes, I was like, man, Tony Harrison getting knocked out tonight. He's getting knocked out, man.
Same energy was Lopez yesterday. Same energy. He was so glued on. Lomachenko could feel the aura in the ring for the first 5-6 rounds. He did not want to take a chance. And that disappointed me from such a veteran like him, you know?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I agree, man.
I mean, his team's frustrated. Have you been looking at certain things about the Lomachenko camp today?
This is Teofimo Day, dog.
Yeah. We said we're going to leave it with the, look.
Man, I got so many freaking texts and shit. I'm up here. I'm actually trying to set something else up right now, you know, but I'm not showing Lomachenko any love right now. No, not happening, bro. Not happening, rap star. It's not happening today.
But you gotta put respect on the man's name, bro. You know what kind of fighter he was when he went in the ring. So you gotta respect his name because he just lost as well. And he didn't lose with his chest. He lost with his chest up high, if that makes sense. He was in the fight. He was in the fight, bro. And he had Lopez a little bit confused, but he couldn't finish the job. He just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I put the same respect I said before. I always said that Vasiliy Lomachenko, in my opinion, was overrated.
Wow. I mean, that man's made some good champions quit, you know what I mean, in their lifetime.
Yeah,
They never, ever came back to the ring after they lost to him. So let's not forget, he was the...
You talking about Nicholas Walters? You talking about Nicholas Walters, man? Come on, bro.
I mean,
you talking about Nicholas Walters, man?
You got to give him some respect. He has been a bully in the ring before. And this
I'm not disrespecting him. You know, I'm not disrespecting him, so to speak.
Yeah.
But only thing I'm saying is, I'm not gonna sit up here and have him a part of my conversation to kind of boost him up with excuses as to why he performed the way he did. Anyway. Just like somebody said over here, they said that, let me see, Loma fought amateur last night and Theo fought pro. Sharif said that.
I mean,
that's a little bit deep. That's not putting respect on his name.
yeah. You look, Lomachenko was very wary of his power, man. I got to be honest. He was very wary of that power. And Teofimo just didn't fight the fight like a immature guy. He fought such a disciplined fight. It was very, very disciplined for the. You know, I can't believe he was that disciplined. It was just.
I could. I believe. I thought everything about this fight, man, with his father, and I mean, come on, man. This is that type of vortex of love that, man, I'm telling you, bro, this is what it all pays off for. You know, that night last night for the Lopez's, man, it all came to fruition. It's just unbelievable, man.
You know why I like him more? And I'm going to put respect on his name now. I'll tell you why I like Lopez. Soon as he finished the fight, he's not a quiet kind of guy. He's a fan-friendly kind of guy. You want to support a fighter like him because he's got you know what it is with him, yeah? He came back, he said how he won. He said that he humbled Lomachenko, and he said he's ready for everybody. I love a fighter like that. You know, when he's calling everybody out. He doesn't even need to do that. So look, I like fighters like him now. I like what he's bringing to the table. He's setting the mark, and he said to me, and he said yesterday that none of them are going to step to the table with him now. So now I like the way he's put on the table, you know, and he's calling out. He's not calling out, but he said he'll fight anyone. So I'm not going to call the names. I'm not going to call the names today, but I like the energy that he's bringing to the table. He's not being quiet about it. He knows what social media is talking about. He's very aware about what YouTube's talking about. So he said, I will do what it takes to shut everybody up. I like that energy, Mr. Combat.
Yeah, I agree, man. I like that energy. And plus, he backed it up, talked the talk, walked the walk. And like you say, the lower 5% on social media that refuse to commit to support Lomachenko, now they're going to be, you know, hopping on the tracks right now to get a ride, you know. But in my opinion, they can do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? Hey, all I know, I've been supporting the fighter. I have mad respect for him and his team and his family, and I'm just happy to see them make it to this point, man. I can't stop smiling about it, man, because I know internal to their household, man, I know what freaking Senior's saying. I told him he was scared. He was scared.
And you know what? Senior seems like a very. Did you see Senior's interview last night?
What'd he say, man?
Man, I'm not gonna call fighters names again. I was trying to be like that, right? Okay. But he said there's no reason why they don't want to take the fight. He said that he'll take the fight with Devin Haney. So I'm just letting you know. I like that energy. They're not backing off from anything. That energy just shut down some of the internet now. You got to realize a lot of the internet's changing their attitude because of what they're saying already.
Correct.
You got to see that. They can acknowledge what's going on behind closed doors. And he said, we'll fight all of them. And yes, we will fight him too. So that energy is getting more hype later on for it.
I'm glad he's calling out. So you know, you got some real babies out here, man, that keep on whining about the same thing. They keep on saying that, well, you know, he needs to fight Devin Haney. If he don't mention Devin Haney's name, he's ducking. Man, they're not scared to fight Devin Haney, dog. They're not scared to fight. Him and his dad will definitely go over there for another huge payday on PPV with a live gate. Of course. This is for all the marbles, man. One more strap in the lightweight division is one more belt against two top-tier names in boxing.
Yeah, because if he moves up, then Devin Haney is the WBC for sure. If he moves up, let's not forget that, right? So I think you just got to let them relax now and just let them be, you know. Let's not put no pressure on nobody. I know the internet's going to go stupid. They're going to make a big thing out of it now. But what we got to do is let them relax. And I don't think they're walking away from any fight. That's what I mean. I like the energy. Because if that was Lomachenko's quiet. He wouldn't be calling out anyone like that straight away, you know? And just to see Lopez as one, I think it brings too much excitement to the table now because they're going to fight, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I say the same thing, man. I say the same thing, you know? But yeah, man, I see I'm gonna read some of these comments, but appreciate you stopping through that, Rap Star. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I know
man.
you're gonna make your rounds, man. I can't
Yeah.
sit up here and say, "Hey, Rap Star, I feel
You got my money,
bad
right?
for you lost
got
your
my
money, man."
Yeah.
But hey,
Yeah. You got my money?
huh?
Did you get my money yesterday?
Yeah, I did. Punch hooked it up. Yeah, I did.
All right, brother. I gotta go show my face elsewhere now. Gotta pay up. I'll see you later.
Hey, much salute to you. Much respect there, Rap Star. Keep on grinding, bro.
Yes, sir. We catch you soon, man. Respect.
All right, man. Shout out to Rap Stars pulling up, man. He was a Loma bet man yesterday. No, he didn't. He ran out the ring and then congratulate T.O. Listen, and that's what I'm saying. When you have fighters that don't know how to, I think they hugged. I don't know. I was doing other things because my phone was blowing up. But if Lomachenko did not congratulate or stay around, that just goes to show you how much of a prima donna. And people was kicking me out of groups back there. You know what I'm saying? Last year, they was like, "Man, you fucked up. You know, Lomachenko, the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. What are you talking about?" I say, bro, Lomachenko, in my opinion, is a bit overrated. I'm serious. I mean, you can look at his resume and keep on mentioning Rigondeaux, and now on the back end, you want to mention Linares and Pedraza and stuff like that. I say, bro, I'm telling you, man, Miguel Mariaga was touching Lomachenko up before he was stopped. He just didn't have enough to go all the way. You can't keep on bringing up Rigondeaux into the equation and all that nonsense. I just thought he was a bit overrated. And, you know, they chose to kind of like stay in the amateurs, extend it, and be a grown man fighting boys. Came over to the professional ranks, you know, after they made the phone calls. Oh, don't worry, Mr. Lomachenko. We're gonna lay out the red carpet for you. We're gonna set you up for a professional fight in your second pro debut, so you can kind of select, you know, start setting your foundation and solidifying your legacy. You know what I'm saying? So your opponent's gonna be Salido. Don't worry, you have all the skills to compete against him. But they didn't know they were stepping in there with a dog. They didn't understand he was a badger, a bear. You know, Salido was grimy. He didn't care, and he took that L. And people still want to make excuses for Lomachenko. ESPN want to take the motherfucking loss off his record and make it an O, as if the man. You can't take this one off his record. You can't take this one, ESPN, off his record. You cannot erase the fact that he just lost. You cannot take this off his record. Period. Now, weight bully Loma. Nah, Loma wasn't the weight bully. He should be at 130. He ain't weight bullying. Nicholas Waters has the power, but he doesn't have the foot. Walters doesn't have the footwork. Hey, man, it's all about the skill set, your mind, your ring IQ. Man, Teofimo has everything, power, footwork, and skill. Man, Teofimo, man, he showed the world that he is at the top of the class of the elite. It's just people that jumped on the Matrix shit, you know, because he can dance in the ring and he was able to boom, 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 break fighters down. You should have seen how he was being exposed like a Kodak picture. That shit was just shaking in front of you and you were seeing it play out. You know how the old Kodak pictures come out? That big ass square camera, you take it, boom, the shit come out the bottom. When Linares dropped his ass, that should have proved to you that, okay, he has freaking flaws in his game and he can be dropped. You know what I'm saying? He can be exposed to punishment. Then, you know, even Pedraza gave him a good fight. Even Luke Campbell did pretty decent. So for people to go in here unwilling to bet with Lopez, that just goes to show you, man, I don't do this thing where people say, okay, well, I'm going for Lopez, but my heart with Lomachenko. What? My heart is with the fighter that I'm going for. I'm going for Teofimo Lopez, and my heart is with Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? I'm going for Deontay Wilder. My heart is with Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting up here saying, well, I'm going for Wilder, but my heart is with Fury. What type of shit is that, dog? What in the hell is going on? My heart is with my decision and who I'm supporting to win the fight. Yeah. Teofimo Sharif said, did Tio swim after the flips? He definitely was there, making a snowman or whatever he was trying to do. It was his night, man. It was his night. It was Tio's night, man, for real. What a way to end his 2020, man. What a way to end your 2020. It has been an interesting year. Sharif said the Olympic pad points compared to the professional power points is what checked the boxing world. Well, if he chose to come in here, in my opinion, I'm just gonna be honest. Lomachenko, in some of his fights, he still was fighting like he was in the Olympics. You know what I'm saying? He was point fighting. That's the kind of flow, ebb and flow that I got from Lomachenko. That he was still in the amateurs a little bit. Throwing a whole lot of punches, dancing around, jumping from side to side, and doing all that. Man, come on now. Sharif said the man said he's bringing a whole new era of the best fighting, the best. I hope so. I hope so. J8 said Teal's boxing is skill is underrated. Yeah, it's underrated. People gonna have to goddamn step up and understand. They need to respect it. They need to respect it, man. They need to respect it. They need to respect it, man. Whether they want to or not, they need to respect it. Let me see what this is about. Was that Rolly? Was that Rolly with them? Oh, hold up. I gotta check this out. Was this Rolly? Was he at the fight too? Rolly better not think about posting. Let me see. Yeah, this after the fight. Hold on for a second, people. I might share this. I thought that was Rolly right there. Listen. That was Rolly Romero. Like I said, that was Rolly right there. Hey, that dude's scaring Ellie. Hey, that dude's scaring Setback. Hey, that's his team member too, man. I forgot his name. He's cool. He's cool people, man.
I've been there. Ontario Airport. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody thinks I'm his dad, but no, that's his dad. They say we look alike. I don't see it. Yeah, you're like, I'm sorry, you want to ask division champ?
This guy right here, cool dude, man.
Teofimo is the first 23-year-old unified undisputed champion undefeated. So he's ahead of everybody else in history. You came to support Teofimo?
This dude is taking over the video. Dude, you walking in the man. Listen, I'm done. You always got people that's intoxicated. I'm done with that. But anyway, you get the point. I was trying to show, how down to earth Lopez Sr. is when the fight is over. You know what I'm saying? He still got the same spirit, everything, dog. Like, that's who he is. He said, sending him back to dancing classes. He didn't say, I'm glad we got through the fight. It was a hard fought battle. No, none of that shit, man. He got the same energy that he had before the fight, man. The same energy he had before the fight. Seriously. And that was Rolly Romero. That's his boy, man. Rolly came over there. He didn't say a word. Rolly, he's a funny looking dude, man. He always got that look on his face like, he wants to give off that hard exterior and persona, man. Like he a hitman or something, But I hope he didn't go to T.O. and say, hey, man, we both champions. Give me a hug. We both champions. I was like, Rolly, come on now. Come on, Rolly. I would have liked it if you gave Jackson a rematch, my brother. But unfortunately, those guys took over the video, talking about no video. Get out the goddamn video, man. If you don't want to be in the video, get out the video. Shit. Let me check this out right quick.
All 4 belts. Describe the feeling. I gotta thank God. And this for my boy that passed away earlier this year, 2 days before Kobe passed away. May Kobe rest in peace. This is for Naomi. And I had to dig deep, man.
Look at them belts.
I'm thankful. I'm grateful. And each and every day I take that in. I thank God first, man, because I couldn't do it without him. I walked by faith for a reason. And I had to dig in there. And now
he's emotional.
In that 11th round, right before you came out for the 12th, your father said, you've got the victory. Just go out there and box. But you didn't do that. Why? I'm a fighter. I got to dig in deep. I know he was coming. I can't give him that. I don't know if they got him up on the scorecards or not. And I love to fight. I could bang too.
I'm going to let that go. I don't want to go too far into listening to other people's videos, but shit. Hey, salute to T.O., man. He said he had to bring it. He did. And, much respect to him for accomplishing what he was able to accomplish, man. T.O. just a normal guy that believes in himself and is hungry to prove the naysayer wrong. That goes without saying, man. There's a lot of naysayers on here. Imagine being a boxer and you going into one of the biggest fights of your career, but yet people are treating you like you never did anything. Welcome to the sport. Welcome to the sport of boxing fan base right there. 101. Welcome. That's how they treat you. You know, they'll try to gauge you off. They'll try to gauge you off one particular fight that you didn't do so well, but they can't do that anymore because that's a learning experience. That's where you learn. You learn in your losses as well as your wins, man. I mean, come on now. You know what I'm saying? You learn in your losses as well as your wins. So he improved. That's the whole point. But people, my people, it's Sunday. I got to bounce, man. I've been on here for like 3.5. I can't make it a marathon today. But man, I was supposed to get off an hour ago. But hey, stay with me, man. Stay with me. I got some jewels coming. Stay with me. You know, support the channel. Subscribe. You know, hit the thumbs up button if you choose to. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be up here forever today telling you, you know. J8 said all that pivot shites didn't work. T.O. was too fast and too powerful. Chin suspect, he almost got stopped in the 12th. Then the headbutt. Yeah, you know, T.O. complained about the headbutt. God damn it. Not T.O. T.O. did complain, but also shit. That freaking that cut that happened over T.O.'s eye. I wonder why that shit was so delayed. That YouTube stream was so delayed. Y'all still saw Rap Star up there. That shit was gone a long time ago. Damn. But I hear you, J8. I hear you. Salido and Teo has the blueprints. Hey, man, Salido and Teo were two different type of fighters. But the blueprint for Lomachenko is, you know, first of all, you got to have a gas tank and you have to know how to box. Just because you're in the sport of boxing don't mean you know how to box. I.e. Rolly Romero. Rolly needs to understand that he needs to probably take some helpful hints from his good friend Teofimo Lopez, because just throwing power punches all the time and throwing reckless caution to the wind, it don't make any sense to me. I'm not going to hold Romero accountable all his career for that Jackson Marinez fight, but it would have been good to see him go in here and take a rematch seriously and not take that gift that was handed to him in that fight, man. Period. I know you're the interim champion, the interim WBA champion, but man, come on, bro. You know that. Jay say Devin Haney too big for T.O. Who say who? What? Come on, J8. Come on, bro. All this size. I seen them in person standing side to side, side by side. I seen them in person. I seen them in person, dog. I've seen them in person on several occasions. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with it, nor do I gauge fights like that. You know what I'm saying? Where, you know, it's too big. It's too, man, come on. They're in the same division, dog. They're in the same division, man. I can see if we was looking at someone like Elvis Rodriguez now fighting at 140. Shit. Woo, that's a whole other story. That's a whole nother story, people. Salute there, Sharif. Appreciate seeing, good to see you again, man. Been a minute. I guess they missed what he learned off that fight with the Japanese. Yeah, man, they were just saying naka Tony. I was like, man, relax. Nakatani brought what Nakatani could, and T.O. made the changes, and he won the fight. I mean, it doesn't get any more simpler than that, man. But y'all, it's been an absolute pleasure, man. Stay tuned in these upcoming weeks this month. Of course, I got some jewels for y'all, and you know when I say, you know, I'm bringing some jewels. Never been the one to not show up. You know what I'm saying? And let y'all know what's popping. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports. Salute, and once again, congrats to Team Lopez, the now unified lightweight world champion. You did it. I'm happy for you. You know what I'm saying? For you and your team, everybody, man. I'm super happy for you. And for those of you that tuned in for the live broadcast yesterday, man, and today, real talk, salute and appreciate your